Hello, hello. Hey, Pressel. Good way to start the week indeed. Good morning. We have a lot to do, and I I might as well, I might as well talk about this part maybe first. But let me finish the today command. Wants to tackle the highest priority stuff for Skeleseller this week, but there are some, which will probably be all over the place because of how many different tasks there are to do. Yeah, at any point, feel free to ask what he's working on. Hey, Matt. Thanks for all the feedback you gave. Some streamers let their AFK screen play for like 15 minutes. Yeah. I think it does build some hype. And yeah, I guess it adds an extra like 10, 15 minutes into the stream uptime. Hey, what? Well, I'm glad you like the changes. I don't know. There's a lot to do. Anyway, okay, so this is what I want to talk about. I need to figure out what's happening with the stream. There are still some development tasks, but there aren't a ton. We should probably tackle a few bugs each day and work on achievements and at least the framework for the final cutscene. But marketing needs to start this week, as does playtesting. So the issue is that the way marketing looks for me is like, go find YouTube channels, watch some videos, and then send some emails. I mean, this is the high level of what I've been doing for influencer outreach. I can't really do this stuff on stream. And if I do, it's not interesting, but also I potentially run the risk of like someone's got a mature channel and I look at one of their videos and it's not something I can show on my stream, or they're cursing or something like that. Either way, it's like their copyrighted content. I don't like showing people's videos if I don't have permission. So this stuff really can't or shouldn't happen on stream. I could do like a co-working stream, I guess. But what it's gotten me thinking is like, what if I only streamed mornings from here until March? Or like I add one extra day of just mornings, maybe Wednesday. Yeah, I'm not sure. So I still want to think about this. I just want to throw this thought out there that I haven't thought about it too much. What can we do to help you? I think the biggest thing that would help is just sort of like spreading the word about the game, ideally to influencers you watch. So like, let's say there's a gaming YouTuber or something like that, and they play a variety of games, and you're like, oh, hey, have you heard of Skeleseller? The dev would be happy to give you a key. It launches in whatever, March probably, and then some description about the game. Something like that is probably the best thing you could possibly do. And it's even better than buying the game because this potentially gets more people to buy them. Personally, I like the afternoon streams even more since they line up with my schedule. I assume you make decisions purely based on my circumstances. Yeah, let's cut out all the morning streams and just stick with afternoon streams. No, that is a good point though. Like I could do Wednesday morning of marketing and then Wednesday afternoon of development. Yeah, it's at least something to think about. Is Athletics? Good morning indeed. So yeah, I think I'll write this down as an idea for tomorrow. A Pressel sort of suggests, I know it was mostly tongue in cheek, that I could do an afternoon only stream to accommodate different schedules while I work on marketing. Either way, I do expect the stream schedule to change somewhat. I just can't seem to sort of find the time otherwise. I've also been taking an inventory of my time spent. I started today. Today I like woke up at 7:38 and then I like plotted what each minute was up until now, which is 8:36. So it hasn't even been an hour yet. And either way, I'm not too concerned about my wake up time before showering and getting ready for the stream, because that was only like 20 something minutes. So that's not a large chunk of time, but it's more like, okay, what do I do after the stream? Is there like 3 hours of playing video games? Can I change that? Can I turn it into marketing? Actually, even yesterday I was playing the finals, and in between matches, I had my to-do list open on my other monitor, and I was like, oh yeah, I can delete that, and I can delete that, and I can delete that. And that worked pretty well, but I did not have Git access because I was on my Windows machine. So I couldn't go look into things like, have we fixed that issue, or what do I need to do about this? So yeah, maybe I can start pipelining some of those sorts of things. Boost viewers too. I don't even think boosting viewers is that important right now. Like, okay, if I got 10,000 viewers, yeah, I could probably skip out on some marketing. But I think the difference between having like 50 viewers to having 200 viewers is not all that important. And yeah, this is what I noticed for Botland, by the way, is like, I thought, oh man, I'm kind of an influencer myself, right? I'll have more people playing the game. And I did have some people playing, and I had a lot of offers and help and everything. But yeah, I think marketing is like getting beyond any single audience and reaching as many people as possible. And the people who come here are mostly those interested in development, not necessarily playing the games. So yeah, I'm not super concerned about that. Anyway, so I'll take that off for now. Let's see. Let's do our tenets. But yeah, in general, I'm feeling pretty good. I do want to write down. So the only issue last week was on Tuesday, where I started streaming and then ended after half an hour. I am nearly positive this was due to IRL stress more than anything Skeleseller related. I.e., I probably couldn't have changed something about my game dev to prevent this. So I think this is still going fine. This is not Windows, no, this is Mac. I personally like variation, like music sometimes, dev sometimes, whatever, you know. Yeah, the best way for that to work for the stream would be for me to find some way to make marketing work on stream. We could potentially get some playtesting on stream. I actually didn't think about this. I could have a friend stream their Discord video and we watch them play together. But I don't know how many friends would be up for that. I also don't know if there's really a purpose in doing that. But that'd be a way to get variety, I guess. I mean, the system? Yeah, this is Mac, if that's what you're asking. Yeah. What are the notes for? These on the right and the left. This is my tenet system that I do every week. The short story is there are a couple of values that I have that I want to make sure every single week that I'm upholding. So I like rate myself on how I did. And yeah, this usually doesn't take too long. I'm kind of rambling about other stuff as I'm doing it. Anyway, the bricklaying stuff, like, yeah, this is still going great. We've been working on controller support, localization, launching a new demo and playtest. Yeah, I think this is going well. So we're at exactly, well, pretty much exactly the halfway point in December. And I wanted to spend the rest of this month just doing these like random tasks and getting things done. I'm hoping that by the end of the month, we have the final cutscene done and achievements done, maybe. And then figuring out a launch date. I know this is like 3 lines on the list, but it's pretty much just pick a date. So that could also be done. But yeah, I wrote the goal for December should just be to move everything forward, not to lock in on a date. We did most of controller support, but there's still some left to do. So yeah. All right, let's do this stuff now. So fix the message about upgrading a chest. This is something that Sinistella pointed out. Let me go see if I can find it. How does it help? Reminds me of Benjamin Franklin working on his virtues. How it helps is that I think what's important is to think of this at a high level. Like, if you value something, you should pursue it. If you don't pursue it, it probably means you don't value it. So with anything in life, it's like if you want to be an honest person, you will probably just not lie to people. You'll not deceive people. But let's say you find yourself lying and deceiving people, then probably it means you don't actually care about honesty, right? So I think either you get some change in your behavior or you get some introspection about what you value. And what's important to me, I only have 2 things written down right now: sustainability and what I call bricklaying, which has a whole other command to explain what it's about. Also, hey, Charlie, sorry, I missed that on YouTube. Chrome has a split view now for tabs. Yeah, I've seen that. I don't really get why you'd use it if you have a proper like window manager and tabs. Because yeah, you can now do this and choose new split view. And it's like, yeah, I can do this, but if I'm on a desktop operating system, how do I get rid of this now? Close, separate views. Yeah, so if I'm on a desktop operating system, I could just do this and then like just snap them back together. So I don't totally get it. Maybe it's for like iPad or something where maybe that's a lot harder to do. Anyway, the bricklaying thing is there to make sure that I'm working on the right thing at the right time. So I talk a lot about this game Botland, It's the game I worked on before this. I spent about 5 years streaming it and making this game. And in the end, it was a game. People could play it. It didn't do very well commercially. And 5 years of development is a very long time. And there was a lot of scope in this game. But I think if I were always working on the most important thing, I would have saved like months here and there. Found that sleep deprivation makes people very inconsistent. An honest person lies when they've been sleep deprived. A reliable person is unreliable. Yeah, I think that's another thing. This is where I was saying the change in your behavior is like, let's say you are failing at something, and whether it's honesty, whether it's sustainability, whether it's whatever, like I want to do yoga every day and you're not doing it, you would have to analyze, why am I not doing it? And yeah, sleep deprivation could be one such reason. It could also be just whatever, you're not making the time for it. You forgot about it. It could be anything. And that's what those tenets make me do, is like confront that and actually see. Okay, so this is the issue that Sinistello talked about. And I'm hoping this is a very easy fix. Purchases a treasure chest containing guild supplies. Here it is. Buy button text. It says upgrade button. Yeah, this should be a buy button. Do we not have buy in here? We must have buy, right? We don't? Huh. Yeah, I guess this is new. Well, where's upgrade? There it is. Yeah, okay. Well, let's make a buy button then. Okay, well, that's easy. And that's it. That should be fixed. Also, we're on main and everything, right? And yeah. I don't know if I said this, but hi, Sorrow. Okay, so all we got to do is go into the treasure room and try to buy a chest. And now we should see a better message. I'm so glad people play tested this. Yeah, it says buy. Perfect. Okay, so fix. Oh, and I got to give Sinistello a point for this. Give Sinistello. There we go. They have 6 points now. So fix bug with button text. It said upgrade when buying a treasure chest. Sinistello reported this. Yeah, I don't think there's anything difficult about reviewing this change. Yeah, there isn't. Okay, good. We're done. All right, so that one's finished. Steam Deck issue. Okay, this one I don't know how to do on stream, but I was incredibly disappointed by this. I turned on my Steam Deck yesterday, and I went to the Skeleseller playtest, and you get to the title screen, and I pressed the control stick to try to move the cursor, and it didn't move. So the cursor stayed where it was, but then it highlighted this button, and then it highlighted this button. So like it could move the cursor, it just didn't display where it was. And then if you moved it off screen, the cursor, which would have been here originally, would just disappear. Then if you use the hardware cursor, it would fix itself. So it's like, for whatever reason, you can't control it, and I don't know why. You know what I should do is maybe test upgrading Godot and just see if that fixes it. Upgrading Godot and putting a new build on the Steam Deck. If that fixes it, then there may have been a bug on this. Is there anything special about Steam Deck? It uses SteamOS, and I think we full screen the game, but that didn't seem to have an impact. Did you check your controller settings? Yeah, I did. Hey, Kevin. I turned off all the like mouse control stuff. But yeah, that is another thing. Actually, you know what? Let me try that really fast. I wonder if we compare the Switch Pro controller to this and see if it works on a different controller. It should be doable, right? Oh, in fact, you know what? I could probably make this even easier. There's a USB-C cable. Just plug that in. Okay, I unfortunately can't show you this, but I can try it right now really fast. Oh, well, I kind of can show you this. I mean, I can at least put this here. You won't be able to see it very well. Okay. This should be very fast, because if it works... Oh, nice. No, it doesn't work. Oh, I've seen this bug before, too. It's just moving side to side. We saw this happen before, but I forgot why. It's weird because on the Steam Deck, this is not good. All right, well, let me turn this off. I don't know what we do about that. Oh, also, there was an issue I wanted to write something about. Settings, controller setting. Yeah, and then pause the game. If we do that, it would probably be a good time to tackle this as well. Poke around with it for a moment too. Yeah, I think you'll find the same thing that I find here, but this is strange. So plugging in an external controller makes it move the virtual cursor, but only in a straight horizontal line and with super high sensitivity. We encountered this when I was first testing this out, I believe. Hey, filler. One of these days. Wait, there was something else I want to do. Oh, yeah. Okay. Sorry, I'm not going to show this on stream again. I'll just, I'm going to turn this on. I want to see if changing the window mode works. So let me try this. No. No, it does not. Well, it does change the behavior a little bit, I think. No, not in any meaningful way. Wait, no, hold on a sec. Hold on. What if I start the game while it's windowed? So, all right, I'm going to start this. I want to see if I can move this. I don't see anything. Oh, wait, the controller's not even working. What's going on here? Oh, there it is. Huh, I wonder if it thinks that the window has a height of 0 or something. Strange. I can't quit now. Huh. Okay, that's really bad. It's really, really bad. I just want to quit out of the game. Okay, well, this is unfortunate. This was a virtual cursor, but only a straight horizontal line and with super high sensitivity. Restarting, but in windowed mode. Causes different oddities to occur. Huh. What do you do about this? Like, is it a Linux problem? Does anyone have a Skeleseller on Linux, just like a desktop Linux machine and a controller? I wonder if controller plus Linux is the problem and not necessarily controller plus Steam Deck. So yeah, does anyone have this set up right now? Like, you have a controller and you have a Linux machine? Because all you need to do, this be very fast, is like just open the demo with a controller plugged in and try to move the right stick. Let me grab my Xbox controller. Yeah. And if this moves, if it moves like a normal cursor, like exactly how you'd expect pretty much, then yeah, everything's fine on Linux. But if there is a problem on Linux, then we need some workaround for this. I don't even know what we would do. Clearly something's coming kind of close here. And I wrote this down too. The trigger on the Steam Deck is analog, so it's rapidly triggering clicks. All right, let's just file an issue for now. Fix controller support on the Steam Deck. Copy markdown. How's that look? Good. Okay, what's this button do? Add a table. Interesting. Oh, it's usually on the right side. I was like, why is that right next to preview now? That's because this thing got rearranged into 2 rows. You should buy a Steam Deck. Here's my promo link. You imagine? I'd make more from the Steam Deck than I probably would from the game. Probably more like 4 hours. Yeah, it's another thing. I'm not totally sure how long this ended up being for people. Sinistella said it took 3 hours to beat the game, but they played before. Where do we write the duration down? Here it is. The game has about 5 hours for story mode, another 5 hours for an extra mode that you can unlock. Yeah, I think it's probably fair enough to say that. Sinistella did end up playing for a total of 4 hours. And maybe that's on the fast side. Hey, Phil, you track me. A friend of mine who works as a developer at a larger company launched some new features for their online stores. One of them was a complex gift card system. Everything was tested and seemed to work. Turns out a get ignore rule meant a key file or its file name used for a gift card validation didn't get committed. Oh, man. I don't understand the last sentence though. The stores have sold a lot of gift cards, and so far just over 150 purchases have gone through. Is it saying that like not all of the gift cards were fulfilled? Surprised any were. They were invalid, yeah. Man, that's gonna be a nightmare to fix. I think this is probably fine. All right, accelerated regeneration. This should be an incredibly simple fix. Yep, there it is. How did I not? Oh, because there's no comma after this. So we had to search for get display name and then a. Oh, what's going on here? And then a $sign. Aha. There's another problem. Available adventurers. What is this? Higher panel. Oh, yeah, I think this is broken. I think we'll see it over here. Oh, yeah, it is broken. Okay. Yeah, so my search for this was wrong. Is your report? Yeah, this is good. It's really good that you reported this stuff. Yeah. Oh, I searched for a comma. How could I have done this? The other ones are looking fine. These don't even have tooltips. That's okay. That looks good. Anywhere else that we did this that I need to go look for now? Is there like a get name function somewhere? There is. Yeah, we can search for that too. No, that didn't find anything. There's get description, I guess. Description. No, that's okay. Any other? Oh, you know what we could do? We could search for this. And then this. And then check this out. We select all of these. And then make them unique. And then alphabetize them. All right, so get description we searched for. Get display name we searched for. Get name we searched for. The rest of these I did not search for. I don't think they're going to be a problem though, because we don't really use them everywhere. Get banner flavor text. Yeah, like this can't be. Yeah. Get battle map flavor text. Get higher description. I don't think any of these are going to be problems because we only use them in like one place. Whereas a display name we use all over the place. Get sign text. Yeah, this is all fine. And get title. Okay, yeah, all that's fine. Okay. Well, cool. We fixed 2 bugs. Fixed bugs with not calling accessor functions. All right, so that's finished. Now this stupid annoying one. This is not a problem in English, but it is a problem in gendered languages. So we either say the mage won their first battle, or we say the rogue won their first battle. And this is fine in English. But first of all, the would need to change based on the subject. And then also there should probably be the correct pronoun. We could have done this even in English. We could have said his and hers. But should we just change the string and make it easier? No matter what we do here, it's not going to be hard to do. It's just what's the best thing. Yeah, so you won your first battle is what I was thinking of originally. But remember, you are technically a skeleton and you lost your first battle and you'll never battle again for the rest of your days. So that's, I don't think we should say that, but I'm not sure because it would be the easiest. Let's look at this in the context of the game and see what leads up to it. Your adventurer won their first battle. Let me take a look. And hey, Midnight Grind. Yeah, just keep putting that. You lost your first battle. All right, I got the land for Skeletown. I need adventurers to do battle for me. Yeah, so like I'm not doing battle. I think that's important. If only I had a guild, so you get a guild. I heard you may need an adventurer to help you out. Okay, I get that. Now I send them into battle. Speed this up. It says your adventurers fight automatically for you. And we'll speed that up too. And now here's the message that we get. The rogue won their first battle and found a potion, but where do we sell it? I think what I'm leaning toward is this right here. The mage won his first battle, the rogue won her first battle. Yeah. Dear, unlike you, your adventurer won their first battle. That's actually pretty good. I wonder if we should use that. Let me take a look because I think it's a touch long. Maybe we can make it more succinct though. Unlike you, the adventurer. Well, I guess I still kind of want to say the rogue or the mage. Yeah. All right, let's do that then. Fine, because yeah, you can only have one of those two adventurers, and you can never have both. Hey, Mohit Kumar. All right, so what do we do here? String. Actually, first let's get adventurer class. Like, which adventurer do you have? Town. Get adventurers by class, really? No, that's not what I want. Get adventurers. Yeah, dot first. And then we do adventurer component dot get adventurer class. Okay. Hey, Mike. The first battle was a victory for the rogue. It would still be a problem because even just saying the rogue and the mage is already, we'd have to potentially use different thes. So imagine like in French or in Spanish or, you know, any other language, I guess. You need to have those as their own string. Yeah, in this particular case, makes me wonder if we should parameterize rogue and mage and just change this to like. Oh wait, no, we don't need to parameterize anything. What am I talking about? Yeah, the translators are going to do that. Yeah, so we just get rid of this and we just say the mage won his first battle and found a potion. And then we have another one saying the rogue won her first battle. Okay, and I want to use Tyrion's string, but I want to just test this out for now. So let's do this. We're going to pick the string based on what we have. So string text equals, this is equal to mage, question mark, this one, otherwise this one. And we don't need to do get first adventurer name. What? Huh, look at that. Yeah, we don't need that at all. So now we don't need this here. Okay, I think we're good. Yeah, I think we're good. And now we can change it to what Tyrion suggested. Okay, so I want to write this out side by side because I want to see the length of it. So, unlike you, the mage won his first battle and found a potion. Where do we sell it? So it's slightly longer by 12 characters. And it's slightly insulting. This should be 12, right? Yeah. Yeah, I kind of like it. Okay, I think we should do it. I'm going to give Tyrion a point. I'll have to see how playtesters react to this. Unlike you. Okay, now let's go take a look at it in game. I'm not playing this game. It kills me and then insults me. I couldn't do anything about that. All right, it's a new game. Let's make this go a lot faster. All right, we're going to hire the rogue. Go battle. Unlike you, the rogue won her first battle in... Oh, wait. It's the skeleton saying this, though. So I'd have to say, unlike me. I think we're going to replace this. I still like the idea, but yeah, I think we're going to get rid of this. We would have to say me here, though. Or we put it in parentheses. Here. I'm torn. I'm torn. Hey, Cypher. Thank you for the resub. Happy third of a year. All right, so option 1 is parens. Option 2 is beginning of sentence. Unlike me. Like it at the beginning? Yeah, I think it would have to say unlike me. But I think we say you up until then. I'm not actually totally sure. Controller does not work on my OS. Same behavior. If I manually hover over a button, I can see the button de-highlight. And yeah, okay. Wow, that's... All right, well, at least it's not just Steam Deck. On Linux. Well, I'll put and Steam Deck. Xyletics tested this on Linux, and it's a problem in general, not just on the Steam Deck. Yeah, thank you for testing that. All right, yeah, I'll do this suggestion, and like what Monadic Mind said, we'll put it at the beginning. Now let's go take a look at that. So do we use the word you up until that point? Maybe if the guildmaster's talking, which would be okay because it's not you talking about you saying you. Yep. So I'm saying I here. I've got the lamp for Skeleton. So anytime this portrait shows up, do we use first person? Because we should. So now it's the guildmaster. Hi, I'm Gil. I heard you, referring to you. That's still fine. Consistent. Okay. Now there's no dialogue. We speed this up a lot. Unlike me, the rogue won her first battle and found a potion, but where do we sell it? I think this is good. And I click look around. And now I think that's it for the skeleton's dialogue. Yeah. Okay. I like it. So that was the rogue, and that looked good. Now let's go test the mage. I just want to make sure it's pulling the right string, because I wrote some a little bit unusual logic there for that. Mage. Battle map. Battle. Unlike me, the mage won his first battle and found a potion, but where do we sell? Okay, yeah, I think it's pretty good. So I gotta run the new generated translation things. Run generated translations. Or run translation generation. I updated some strings. Make sure to pull strings from WebLate first. All right, so we don't check this part in, but we do check this part in. Fix string translation. I also added some humor that Tyrande suggested. Ooh, okay. Well, it's scouting, something I thought about playing. I think it's a little bit clearer without knowing any context that lock and unlock what they would do, but scouting may sound like a game action that might not be the same as battling. Yeah. But also, I think at this point, well, I guess that'd be a small enough fix if we wanted to fix it. But at some point, it's not going to be a small fix anymore because we'll have translated 8 languages, and then changing a single word means changing like 9 words. All right, so this one's done. Next up, balance stuff. Nerf Phoenixes slightly, maybe like 10% less life or attack or something. Multiple people said it feels a bit like a wall. Well, multiple people was 2, which is technically true. The only way I need to test this myself. You get the treasure room after the slime, I think. I'm pretty sure. Can we... how do we do this? If only I had... I probably do have this actually somewhere. Let me go take a look really fast. We have my stream of consciousness here. If we look for Phoenix... No, where is it? No, it's not in here. It's somewhere else. I think I might have put in the reusing locations thing. Let me see if I can find that. A scratch? Dragon? Oh yeah, it only shows up 15 times. Ah, here it is. Okay, so it took me 55 minutes to get to the slime, or to beat the slime boss. And then 20 minutes later, I was still losing to the Phoenix. And then I finally beat the Phoenix 7 minutes after that. So yeah, the game definitely slows down at that point. I should be called Arizona. Number 2 most watched streamer. Who got the number 1 slot? I had to take them down. I never called for a nerf. Yeah, it might not be a problem. I was thinking of nerfing them by like the tiniest bit though. I mean, Sinistella still beat the game in 3 hours. Maybe we don't do anything. You know Airs? She took number 1. Yeah, I know Airs. Yeah. All right, let's not nerf them then. Let's just leave it like that. And then probably extend how long it takes to get to level 20. Yeah, this was kind of minor, but I do kind of want to do this. So here are all the Wisdom Sludge costs to get to level whatever. Level 2, level 3, level 4. And I wonder if just the total amount of time to get from here to here should be increased. Because it took Sinistella about an hour to get to that point. Maybe we don't even do that yet. Yeah, let's not do anything hasty here. I'm just gonna give it that. All right, so you have enough Wisdom Sludge to level up an adventurer. Click the Hire Adventurer button. Oh, I see. Hire Adventurer button. Where is that? Here it is. Yeah, my bad. Now we gotta find out where I use that. It's in one of the tips. Yeah, this should be click the Adventurers button. This is why playtesting's so good. How's reviews the level past the recommended level? Still impressive. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm okay if people like the game and want to like play it again and they speed run it the second time, that's totally fine. I just don't want people to beat it so fast that they're like, well, this wasn't worth it. All right, so somewhere here we have an adventurers button. I never parameterized it. Does the town menu not do that? Adventurers. Wait, what? We have to have this somewhere. What's going on? I'm confused. What is this button called? Why am I being dense here? I thought it said adventurers on it. It does say adventurers. Why can't I find this in the game then? Toggle skill tree? Okay. Oh, we set this through the scene, don't we? That's probably why I couldn't find it. Town menu. Where is it? Here? Yeah, it's set through the scene. Okay, we're not going to do that anymore. So mode is disabled. I'm going to disable it here too. And then we need to set it. Dot text equals this, yeah. Toggle skill tree button dot text equals adventurers button text. Okay, and then just right here, I18N. This is the button. Do I always do that? Do I put a hyphen afterward? No, I don't. I just put a space, right? Yeah, I just put a space. This is the button that lets you access your adventures, e.g. to see stats, change skills. That's all you can do. Yeah. Adventurinos. We're not just going to constantly insult New Jersey. I don't think I mentioned it, but I made a note. Adventures button going green like the others when you have enough sludge. Yes. That's on my to-do list like 4 times. I do still plan on doing that because I agree that would be nice. And I think it wouldn't be that hard to do now, but it felt like it was hard to do originally. Okay, so now we gotta use this from inside this tip. Yeah. Town menu dot adventures button tip. And then the only way we can test this is by enabling tips, which we have a debug disable thing here. Where is that? Yeah, just get rid of this. I don't think that works, Magnetic Bind. Okay, so we're just going to speed this up. We're going to cheat in the farm, and we're going to get some crops. I'm just going to not touch anything now. All right, and now we're going to get to 10 wisdom sludge. Oh, it says spend this in the higher adventurer tab. Yeah, that's wrong. You have enough wisdom sludge to level up an adventurer. Click the adventurers button to do so. Yeah. Spend this. Whoops. Spend this in the adventurers button text. I wonder where else I messed that up and whether we even need to parameterize this anymore. That's fine. That's... I think you should just say higher. No, maybe it always said higher adventure. Better than expected even. Magnetic Bind, do you watch I Think You Should Leave? Or have you watched? Higher adventure. Okay, that one's fine. Anywhere else? Spend the wisdom sludge in this. Huh. Yeah, all of this was wrong. Surprised I didn't notice that. You have an unspent skill point. Yep, same thing. You have enough money to hire an adventurer. Okay, that one's correct. All right, good job, Sinistella. Good job. I changed something here. This. Yeah, I don't want this. Fix a bunch of incorrect references. Many places in the game reference the adventurers button, or like should have, but instead referenced the higher adventurer button. Sinistello pointed this out in one case, and I found the others. Hey, who cares? Never seen it. Not huge on cringe humor unless it's really absurd. I don't think it's all cringy, but I do think it's all absurd. And I watched I've seen it now a bunch of times, but the first time I watched, I'm like, I don't think I get it. And then I just kept watching and I was like, oh, okay. But there are still some, if I ever do rewatch it, there are some sketches I completely skip. And then some I'm not a fan of. But I appreciate the absurdity. God, there's something that's been cracking me up so much. I don't know how many of you have heard of Auntie Donna, but it's an Australian absurdist comedy group. And they made a very stupid parody on Friends, the old TV show. And there's one scene in particular, just dying watching. There are certain things that I talk about with a bunch of people and nobody gets it. And one of them is Wizard People, Dear Reader. The number of people in my life I've met who watched Wizard People, Dear Reader and who liked it is, I think, 2. And I've talked about it to a bunch of people. So the odds of you hearing about this and being like, I should go check that out, and actually liking it are incredibly slim. But it's a Harry Potter voiceover done by Brad Neely. It's just, I just love it. I think it's so funny. Nobody else loves it. All right, so this is something Matt found in his playthrough that I don't even think he realized was a problem. But the archer has something, I think it's like steady shooting buff. Here it is. And when the archer dies, it stays on. Add or remove visual effect. So we need some like on death and on revive. Do we have that? Revive. Ally added to battle. Enemy died. Ally died. There's revived in here. I mean, this might work. Is there like ally died? I wonder if this gets called. You're just epically dead. Got so many recommendations for it. Oh man, I just think it's the greatest. I think it's so great. Unfortunately now, you can't find the whole thing on YouTube. And the stuff you can find is pretty low quality. And getting the like proper official version means that you buy Harry Potter and then you play the audio synced alongside the video. But yeah, it's pretty good. The worst is when I try showing something to my wife and I'm like excited about it and she watches it and then I just deflate. She's like, oh yeah, I don't really like that. And a long time ago, I showed her Futurama and she didn't really enjoy it too much. But since then, I think she's gotten like more and more used to my sense of humor that she might like it more now. And I kind of want to give it another shot. That's me showing her memes. I'm almost crying. She's like, why? I know, it's so sad. Is it kind of like MST3K? You used to love it? Yeah, it is. Yeah. Except for in this case, it was a dub over the entire movie. So you never hear any of the original audio. Whereas with MST3K, you hear the original audio and then they interject their own jokes. And they have to find enough of a pause in the original audio for them to be able to interject. But in this, it's just like sometimes... Anyway, it's funny and silly to me. But like I said, the odds of you liking it are very slim. All right, so in order for this to work, we need to know when this thing dies, which might happen during Ally Died, but maybe not. How does this work? Run on Ally Died Battler. Get allies. Does this not return the original? Yeah, it doesn't return the original. So we can't detect when this character died. Oh, wait, there's on death right there. Oh, my God. I'm looking for died, but it's called death here. Okay, well, that should be easy enough then. So we override on death. And we remove the visual effect. Can we just do set num hits 0? Actually, wouldn't that be good enough to do this no matter what? Yeah, I think that's it. We're just done. So how do we go test this now? We need the archer to get to the maximum number of hits without taking damage, and then for them to die. Which I guess Matt did it in the Yeti fight, so maybe we could just go do it in the Yeti fight. Yeah, let's go test that. Same dynamic with me and my partner. Every once in a while, though, there is something that we both find funny. Like, we were, before my wife went to visit her family, she's back now, but we were watching Parks and Rec, and we both like that show. Like, we're pretty aligned on that humor. Also, I think my wife in particular likes watching my reaction to these sorts of things. Like, she doesn't like watching comedy stuff that we both like unless I'm there, because I think that elevates it for her. Which I like. I think it's nice. She wanted to crack a smile. So look back and forth for me in the screen, confused. Yeah. I mean, similarly, we're all talking about our significant others here and how this is happening. But like, I sometimes do this with my wife too about certain videos she'll show me, especially if it's on social media, to the point where now she pretty much just shows me cat videos. And I almost always like them now. So I have tuned the wife algorithm to just show me cat videos. All right, so what's the best way of doing this? We got to get to the mountain. But the Yeti doesn't change in terms of attack power, so we could just click this, and now we're fine. Now we go to the mountain, and we plug in all these characters. It doesn't really matter who I think. But then we need to give the right number of skill points. So this and this. Do you glow red when... interesting. And this, and I think that's all we need, yeah. And then we go to try to fight here. All right, so ideally we can see this happen. I don't know. There's no guarantee. We just need the archer to glow red and then die. They died too fast. Let's try it again. Yeah, unfortunately, there's like a 1 out of 4 chance or something like that this actually happens. Come on, don't kill the archer. Okay, good. Now glow red. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Okay, they dodged. Yep, nice. Now they're glowing red. Now they should die. Please don't kill the rogue. 50% chance. Nice. And now that's it. Yeah, that's all. We're done. It worked. Yeah, that's true. I should have put Mushy in the battle. That would have been better by far. Okay, so fix bug with steady shooting. The red aura effect would show on death. Now, yeah, that's it. Is Matt discovered this in his playthrough? Done. Okay, this we're gonna write in my notes. Do I even have this here? I think this is why I didn't write it in my notes to begin with. I don't have it here. All right, I'll just write this down for tomorrow then. Okay, so translation generation. Then I think what we should do is probably work on achievements for Steam. Not sure how I feel about the fact that I've trained her to think I'm an idiot. She's lovely, so it's fine. My wife immediately spots that now if I'm ever purposely playing dumb. It's rare that I can trip her up. Also, one of my favorite... I like doing some gags that she's pretty much never found funny, or like she found funny the first time and stopped finding them funny, but I still find it funny. And one of them is like, she'll use the bathroom and then she'll leave the light on or something. And then because she left the light on, now she's no longer in the bathroom, I'll talk to her as though she's in the bathroom. And she eventually realizes I'm not facing her, and then realizes that she left the light on and that's why I'm doing it. Then she groans. Then I turn the light off for her. This happens like once a week. I thought it'd be a funny way to be like, hey, you should turn the light off. Turns out it's only funny to me. Okay, so I think we can rerun this. I don't think there are any changes in Weblate. Let's go take a look. I think it's safe to show this on stream. I shouldn't say that and then show something and then find out it's not safe. So let me do it off screen first. 0 outgoing commits, 0 pending changes. Okay, so this should be fair to do. I should just be able to run generate. Oh, run it for scenes as well. Oh my God. I forgot all about this. Project settings, localization, generation, generate. And now click what here, 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 here. It's endearing, we all say, not knowing that it's not endearing at all. I'm endearing myself to others right now. Game keybinds, reset all and done. This might be okay. Do we use this anywhere in the code? No, that's fine. And then script stuff. Oh, what is this doing here? I ran this already. This doesn't look good. Uh-oh. Why is there a 5 up arrow there? Oh no. Okay, let's try something. Git stash. Actually, let's not even stash this. Let's just delete everything. It's not like it was hard for me to generate that stuff. I clicked 2 buttons. So what is going on right now? I should just be able to run a git pull. Up to date. What does that 5 mean then? Doesn't that mean I have changes that aren't reflected? Oh, that's for the parent repo. Oh, I know about that. Oh, I thought that was for the submodule. How do you check the status of the submodule? I don't know how you do that. Check status of submodule. Submodule for each git status. So shouldn't it just be git status in the submodule? I mean, I'm going to run this. Head detached, nothing to commit, working tree clean. What am I missing? Oh my God, I'm not in the right folder. Oh, whoops. Oh, I'm like, shouldn't git status return that same thing? I thought, never mind. Okay, yeah, so this is exactly what I expect. And if I did a git checkout main, it should be the same commit, DA83. Git log -1. No, it's not. Well, I don't understand that, but it probably doesn't matter. Or maybe it does. I've never learned any of this. All right, so now we got to go regenerate this stuff. This is what I was talking about, is just 2 buttons. We do that and we do this. And that should be good. Hey, JD. Hey, Goose. Okay, so now this should be the changes that I actually expect. But what do we see here before that triggered me to go look into this some more? Oh, the perks thing, the pluralization of perks. So I did need to check this out. Maybe I don't understand what I'm doing wrong then. Or maybe... Oh, man, what's the commit hook I have in here? .git hooks post merge submodule update init recursive. Maybe this didn't run. Oh man, I'd love to go back to this and figure out what I did wrong. Maybe we can do it after this. I trained well for this moment. I've studied. Okay, yeah, this looks good. Update translation. So I'm going to commit this to... No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to commit this to a new branch. Git checkout -b update translations. It's going to complain that this exists. No, it's a... Then I commit. Then I push. Then I go to the repo, which I should really add to my homepage. So let's go do that now. There's Skeleseller. So let's add it just after that. New link. Translations. Small text. All right, I want that right next to Skeleseller. Good. Save that. Now copy my homepage. And now it's on my homepage, and I can just click this. And we should see the PR. Good. Create pull request. Did I click that? Yeah. And the files change should be exactly what we just saw. Yep. Cool. So we merge this. And now I think something's going to be broken here. But I don't know. So now we're in the wrong branch. We can switch back to main. 9041. Is that what this just did? Yeah, 9041. Okay, update translations. Now sync that. And then does that break the module? No. Does fetching do it? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Hey, Deo. What's the bad news? Why is there a kappa? Translation was automatically locked. Could not merge a repository. Wait. Did you just make a change in the last like 4 minutes? Because I checked. I checked on Weblate. Okay, you did. I was like, I've got this down. All right, so then I think I know what I need to do in the future. It's ban Hideo. No, I think what I need to do is there's a way. Let me do this off screen really fast. There's a way to lock the repo. Yeah. So I think this is what I should be doing. Oh, I took a picture such that this is gigantic. But yeah, there's a lock button over here. I think I need to click that before I do anything. What is this software/workflow? Well, let's see if I can fix this easily. It should be pretty simple now. Although I might need to do that after the break. Yeah, I should do that after the break. Let me write this down in the Weblate thing that we have here too. Where even is this? Translations, readme. Yeah, so change flow. First commit and push from Weblate. If you already have conflicts, and then lock Weblate so that Hideo can't submit changes. No, so that translators can't submit changes while you're doing the next step. And then unlock Weblate. I don't know about that bit. So that translators can make changes again. Literally made one edit without the stream open. No, that's fine. This is good because again, I need to learn the whole workflow for this. So I'm going to fix this in the next like 10 or 15 minutes, but I just want to take a quick break first. So fix Weblate. Yeah, and then see if we do indeed need to unlock everything. I would imagine that we do. Okay, like I said, for now, it's break time, so I'll be back in a few minutes. Is it jump time? It's jump time. Hello again. Close the game. Okay, so fix web late. So I just wrote instructions on how to do this. Where is it? Fix merge issues. Here it is. So for Mac, clone the translations repo. I already did this. I did this stuff. I probably need to add credentials again. So let's try this. First, engage privacy mode. I want to take a look at this off screen. How do I do this? Oh, that just worked. Okay, then we can disengage privacy mode. Whoop. I said this, and I don't know what it heard, but it must have split this. Whatever it heard for this, maybe it was like that. And I was like, oh, I know what that does. And the voice command. All right, so now we do git merge weblate main. Shouldn't need credentials again, except if you're doing some weird auth shenanigans. Well, the reason I thought I might need credentials again is because there were two different ways of adding auth, and one of them was via prompt, and the other one was via like get remote add. But yeah, it turns out I don't. Okay, so now we just hit merge, and now we find Hideo's one change in here. This should be very easy to fix. So this I don't care about. In fact, I never know which one of these to choose. I guess the more recent one. No, but no, I need both of these, except combination. Yeah, there. All right. Wait, is that it? That's the only change? Oh my God. Oh, man. All right, well then I guess that's it. We're done. We've merged it. Shouldn't I see Hideo's change on this side though? It's probably hard to find. It would have been automatically merged too, and it's not a conflict. Oh, wait, was it there? No, that's just red. Yeah, I don't know how to find that. Massive update. Complete merge. Okay, so we've completed the merge. Yeah, so now I commit this, merge. Oh, wait, there it is. He probably removed fuzzy from one of these. Why is it so hard to scroll to where the red is? Where is it? There it is, yeah. So this apparently looks good already. All right, so merge, French changes. Commit that. Now we go and do what? Push origin head main. Is that correct? And then it is just fixed. Because if so, yeah, that's not very hard to do. But yeah, the locking the project is the thing. Yeah, so I think it's fixed now. It looks like you can make a change if you want. Translate. Yeah. This string has been translated in the past. What? Why does it need editing again then? Oh, I'm the one who translated it in the past. I was going to say if Hideo did it, then that would be bad. Because that would mean that it's final. Yeah, whatever. It's back up. Okay, yeah. Thanks for letting me know, Hideo. Yeah, so the locking thing, I guess I didn't lock it myself. And it unlocks automatically when you don't lock it yourself. But yeah, I should lock it again in the future. Note, I'm not sure if this is automatic, because I haven't tested it yet. All right, well, this should just update the README, I guess. Running the game in compatibility mode with Proton allows the cursor to work, but it flashes a bit while it moves around. However, all functionality seems to be there. Oh, man. I'd still love to not have to do this stuff. Thank you for looking into that. But, yeah, it'd be nice if it just worked. Oh, nice. Good job, Trackley. I mean, Cypher, would it be the end of the world if you were just like, all right, I'm gonna go take a nap? You just don't go to like one meeting or something? Update README. I got to do it on a different branch. Hey, Candace Major. Hope all's well. Yeah, it's going pretty well. Hope you're doing well too. Hey, Cuddlefish. Okay, so git checkout -b update readme, I guess. Yeah, so update the readme. And then we publish the branch. And then we go to here and make a PR. I accidentally clicked that button twice, but I imagine GitHub dedupes it. Yeah, all right, so merge. And I should probably write this in my Weblate notes too. So this is all good. We're finished, right? Now I do a git switch back to main. And then git branch. And git branch -d update readme. Realized I had said anything. Well, yeah, hi. I work as ticket based and we're so swamped today. I think my super would show up at my door. I see. Well, sleep will come soon enough. So this doesn't really need to be done, I suppose, at this point. Update translations submodule. This is just a readme change. All right, Weblate. Fixing merge issues. In general, they suggest merging first and doing anything outside of Weblate second. Although keep in mind that you should lock Weblate after merging it so that people can't keep making changes. I'm glad this happened. Otherwise, I never would have realized that. The thing I don't understand is why don't they mention that on here? Oh, they mentioned doing it once you have a merge conflict. Yeah, they only mention it for those things, though. They mention it for moving it and for renaming. But they don't mention it for just generating new stuff. Don't want to completely obliterate my sleep schedule going to bed early. I'm trying to set my sleep schedule back to normal, but the cat doesn't want me to. Feels like it should be safer to auto lock. Yeah, it does feel like that, but just why don't they mention it in here? Maybe they do. Downloading and uploading translations. Uploading. They mentioned locking on this page? No. Translation workflows. That's probably a different thing. Continuous localization. Do they lock stuff on here? Avoid merge conflicts by locking while doing outside changes. Okay, they do mention this. Integrating Weblate into your update process so that it flushes changes before updating the files outside Weblate can be achieved using the REST API. The script for doing updates can look like this. Yeah. Okay, wow. Let's write this down. So where do we have this? Your workflow should generally be lock components on Weblate. Yeah, there's a CLI tool. I eventually need to incorporate that. I think the UI is easy enough for now. Let me take a look at that again. Project, operations. Because there's a lock button here, and I think it would lock all of them if I do this. And I could just bookmark this page or something. I recognize I should automate it, but if I don't, at least. All right, this is finished. Yeah, so this stuff we can't do right now. Test on Steam Deck I did off stream. I think what I want to work on now is achievement stuff. Look into Steam achievements. Are itch achievements a thing? I think through the app they could be achievement system. That was 2019. I don't think so. That's fine. Okay. Yeah. I think let's look into achievements. Because it's one of the big things that we have here. Figure out art requirements. I'd love to reuse ability icons and perks. Oh, man. All right, let's start by looking at the Godot library for this. Hey, Grace. It's going pretty well. It's been a good day so far. GodotSteam.com. You'll need a Steamworks account and your own app setup and create Steam achievements and stats. All right, what is this? A little more powerful, the Steamworks SDK. I want to see, so some of my questions ahead of time. Can we use SteamGodot.com? What is the license? What is the footprint? What does this actually do for me? And then what are the other questions I have? What art? Oh, don't I have an achievement thing over here? Yeah, here it is. Have you been happy with Godot? Yeah, and I think I'd use it in future projects too. What art requirements do we have? Can I use the icons we have already? We'd better be able to. Yeah, we'd better be able to. And then look into this issue. Anything else about achievements over here? We had 3 other open issues, I think. Add rare items, surface stats, add metrics. Yeah, I don't care about that. Yeah, as far as what are the achievements, like beat the first boss or something, I don't care about that at all right now. I just want to figure out what is the foundational system we need for achievements. And I've got some ideas, and actually Dark came up with another idea. I don't know how I feel about this style of achievement, but something you could do, let me start a new game here. Something you could do is you can pick up an item and let go of it, and it'll get nudged slightly farther from where it started. So he suggested, what if there was an achievement for getting an item all the way over here on this side of the bridge? It'd be so boring to do though. But yeah, you could very slowly move this over there. He did it. He took a screenshot of it. But yeah, I don't think there should be an achievement for that sort of thing. I think there could be for like click 40 apples or something. I think that's fine. In fact, I should probably write that down. Click 40 apples or mushrooms. It should be apparent that these aren't farming crops. All right, so yeah, let's go take a look at that. SteamGodot.com. Let's close out of everything else we've got open here too. Godot Steam allows for easy integration of Valve's Steamworks API into your Godot engine game, either by downloading our pre-compiled editors / template bundles, or installing GD extension / GD native. Oh, that's too bad. We don't have the C# thing for this. C#. Oh, there it is. Every so often we get someone who asks about how to use Godot Steam with C#, so I figured I'd write this up. First and foremost, I've never used C#. So my understanding of it is pretty much null and void. Okay. To the point, Godot Steam does not have a C# version currently. I'm in the process of adding said builds to our GitHub Actions list so we can start producing them. We could just use the GDScript versions of these, I'm pretty sure. Thankfully, for those of you using GD extension version of the project, there's a lovely project that will help. Thanks to Laura Web Dev, we have this cool plugin, Godot Steam C# bindings. While I'm still trying to get up to speed on all this, you can read more about how it works on GitHub. There are even excellent pieces of sample code. We are the champignon. It's pretty good. Which one did I just modify? This one? I wonder if that pun has been done in other games before. Yeah. All right, so what is this? When was this last modified? Last month? C# bindings for Godot Steam GD extension 4.1. Ah, yes, by Gramps. Okay, well, do we use it as GDScript or with the C# bindings? Let's keep reading into this though. If you're using Steam Multiplayer Peer for networking, you can use a C# wrapper. It's currently not merged, but there's a PR. Has it been merged since then? I don't know when this was updated. Yeah, it's been merged. July 5th. So whatever I'm reading is very old. Is this whole thing on GitHub? I don't see where the contributors. How to contribute. Main project server documentation. Here it is. All right, so what is this? Tutorials C#. Codeberg. I've never even heard of Codeberg. What is Codeberg? Nonprofit collaborative. Okay, so it's like a nonprofit GitHub, apparently. All right, well, whatever. As long as I can navigate this, I don't really care. So how do I navigate this? You can't press T. Oh, no. All right, well, let's start with the license. Yeah, MIT license. Okay, good. Then let's try to find out where their tutorial is. Tutorials C#. Edited 4 months ago. Huh. Okay, so they just haven't updated this to talk about this thing being merged. Oh, also we're almost at the bottom of this page. Oh, that's all they have on here? Oh, wow. That's brief. It's kind of hyped right now with some projects moving to it due to MS behavior, like Zig. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it looks close enough to GitHub. Okay, well, I guess let's read this. Make sure you've set up the GD extension. You can either get it from GitHub releases or the asset lib. Copy C# bindings. Now build your C# solution in JetBrains Rider. I don't use Rider. Once everything's set up properly, you can test C# bindings with this example script. Oh, this looks pretty easy. Looks really easy. Oh, I didn't see this. I heard about Zig doing something. Huh. Yeah, I'll have to read this later. Okay, so what was the other way we could use this? Downloading our precompiled editors and template bundles, or using this library. Okay, so this is a wrapper around that. I see. But this one said to use 4.1 and they're up to 4.4. I don't know how I feel about that. And this was last updated on July 6, 2024. Oh, man. All right, well, let's look up something a little bit more basic then. Godot C# use GDScript function. Like, how hard would it be to just write this stuff myself? To instantiate a C# node from a GDScript. How do I do the other way around? And is there an official page? Cross-language scripting. Here we go. Yeah. So what are we doing here? Instantiating C# nodes from GDScript. GDScript nodes from C#. Load a path to GD and then make a Godot object. Accessing field. Have to use Godot object.get and set. Oh, man. All right, I'm guessing that's what they do in this bindings library then. Where's their code? Probably here. Not demo. I meant to click add-ons. Godot. Oh, there it is. So let's look at methods, for example. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is quite crazy. And I wouldn't want to maintain this myself. But I probably don't need all of these things. Then maybe I could build on what they have. Networking, parties, signals. Shouldn't achievements be in here somewhere? Achievement. How do achievements work? Oh, good. An empty readme. Oh, no. This is in some random branch though. I mean, maybe things have changed since then. Let's go back to main. Oh, their default is refresh Jan. All right, well, out of curiosity, how hard is it to just do this myself? Because I don't necessarily need to do this through Godot. What would it take to do this ourselves in C#? Step-by-step achievements. I want to be that. I want to be that guy. I want to hold a trophy and have confetti right now. I don't want to do any of this stuff. 10 minutes and under 10 lines of code. Steamworks SDK integration necessary. To define the achievements, yeah, that's easy enough to do. Following code is game independent and can be added to your game as you see fit. Class is fully functional as it is, but can easily be extended to meet any further needs. Taken from the Space War example. First, define a structure to hold our achievement data received from Steam and provide a macro for creating objects of that type. Data maps directly to what's found on the configuration page. This should, oh, I probably can't show this on stream. So we have an ID, we have, I guess, wait, we have an ID in an integer and then again in a character, like a string. And a name description, whether or not you've gotten it in an image. Okay, yeah, sure. Next, you define a helper class that will wrap all this. Steam callbacks for what? User stats received, user stats stored. Okay, I see. This is why I probably wouldn't want to do this stuff myself. Just to handle this in a more native way. But it doesn't sound like it's that bad. Yeah. Yuck. Okay. Probably not that bad. We need to connect to Steam, handle a few events, which were what? Callback that's called anytime you attempt to store stats on Steam. Callback that's called anytime achievements are successfully stored. Anytime you attempt to request stats. Set achievement, yeah. Handle a few events and implement a few functions. Part of what is giving me pause here is I only see versions up to 4.4 here. So like, what if I had moved on to 4.6 by now? I mean, it says 4.4 plus. So what does it say here? It's meant for 4.4 and newer. For other versions, see this. Okay, yeah. When was the last updated? 5 days ago. Okay, that's not bad. Oh, man. Yeah. Hang on one second. Okay, sorry about that. Had to close a door. Well, there's another way we could potentially try this. We could just test this with the C# bindings and see if everything works. I'm assuming there's a way for you to like reset your Steam status or your achievement status if you're a developer. So we could just make an achievement for like sell a potion. Yeah. Yeah, so I should probably just test that and see what happens. How big are these add-ons? Is there a way to find out? Like if I click download, what happens here? So far, nothing. There's also Steamworks.net. Page isn't working. Codeberg isn't working. Wait, seriously? Oh boy. It's pretty funny. All right, what is this? Steamworks wrapper for Unity / C#. Can either be used with Unity or C# based application, designed to be as close as possible to the original API. Okay, now this is the kind of thing that seems like it might be worthwhile. I wonder why people use the Godot version. So if I click the latest release and I download this, standalone or Unity package. Okay, I guess it uses standalone. Oh, it's only 845 kilobytes. Okay, yeah. I didn't expect this to be big. What does it unzip to? Mm, 2.7 megabytes. And what is all of that stuff? Windows DLLs, and then Linux and Mac. I wonder what we do if we eventually publish on like Android or something. Okay, well, let's write that down too. I think what I would do next is I would just download this and see how hard it'd be to set up an achievement. And if it turns out that it's fine, then yeah, sure, whatever. We just use it. Can I try downloading this again? Man, come on. Come on. Godot Steam server? Is Codeberg not even loading anymore for me? Is it loading for anybody? Codeberg? Ah, so the site just stopped working. It's been like 5 minutes. Oh, there it goes. I downloaded this. That's 11 megabytes? And it unzips to 36. But this is the whole add-on, which presumably includes stuff that would not make it on a player machines. Works fine here. Yeah, it just loaded for me. Yeah, I mean, I don't know about this. The size of this seems pretty large. Like, we have to have Steam achievements. And when I say have to, I mean, I think people expect it. Obviously, it's not necessary to have, but I think we should launch with them in. So it's just a question of then how we do it. And you can't do it in 0 bytes of code. So like we need to add something. But yeah, I think a megabyte is more reasonable than like 30 megabytes. I don't know. Yeah, let's just test one of these things out. I still actually kind of want to figure out what does this do for us? For Linux, Mac, and Windows. There's no... If I ever want to produce this on mobile, there isn't mobile support there. But there isn't mobile support on any of these options unless I write my own thing. I still wonder what just connecting to the achievement stuff would look like myself. Core version of Godot Steam packed with all of Valve's Steamworks SDK magic, built and run since the days of Godot 2. If you need a master server to orchestrate your online game. Oh, that's what I downloaded was the server, right? I think at least. And then Skillet, our free-to-play open source game, showcases almost all of the functionality. Okay, I don't know. Let's try this. What do I want to do? I can get this through the asset lib, right? Steam. I think I just download this. Steamworks Server API plugin for Godot, available for Windows, Linux, and Mac. Based on Godot Steam Server 4.8. Version is meant for Godot 4.4 and newer. Other versions see that. Okay. Let's go make a new document for this. Or alternatively, you know, people have been asking about this for a while. No, I'll just make a new document. All right, so Scala Seller design. I want to go. Oh, that didn't work. I opened an incognito tab for some reason. Scala seller design. Okay, new doc. So here's a new document. I'm going to call this. Why can't I click that? Scala seller Steam achievements. Got any favorite game design talks or podcasts or the like that you'd recommend? Yeah, so I think the best ones are the Masahiro Sakurai ones on YouTube. Sakurai game design. And hey, Turk, which I'm probably gonna pronounce her name wrong, so I'll say that. Do let me know if I should pronounce it differently, by the way. Thanks for the raid and welcome in. I will just link this super fast. These are great. And Sakurai has a proven record of making games too. So it's not like, well, here's some theoretical thing. It's like, here's what he lived by. Torque is great. Nailed it. Okay, cool. Yeah. I will add that in under name pronunciations. Yeah, how'd the stream go? Anger. Fine, I'll go look this up and see what you're saying. Nice name. I'm guessing then they said thanks. It's been good playing around, trying to learn Bevy. Oh, nice. Yeah. That's the Rust bindings for Godot, right? We are also using Godot here, and I'm actually just now looking into achievements on Steam. And I wanted to make a document kind of summarizing everything so far. So let's put this stuff in here. Oh man, there's gonna be a lot to do. Overview. Oh, it's just Rust game dev. Wait, what am I thinking of? Rust Godot. What is that called? Oh, I thought Bevy used Godot. I don't know why I'm doing this off screen. Godot Bevy. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, I've only heard of. Huh, interesting. Yeah, but anyway, cool. Yeah, I looked into their ECS and it looked interesting. It also looked like it'd probably be hard for me to figure out without just trying it. But I haven't really done anything serious in Rust yet. But are you just learning it for now, or are you making a game? All right, I'd like to make another tab just for a to-do list. So our to-do that we have here is going to contain this. And I think what I want to do is just test using Godot Steam. Is that what it's even called? All right, I can switch tabs like that. Test using Steam Godot and the C# bindings and see if it's easy to do. If it is, then maybe I don't even try the other methods. If it isn't easy, then try maybe this. If that fails too, then just wrap the API myself. I'm still not totally sure why. I guess Steam has so many features that's why you want a library for this. Like if you're just using achievements, then yeah, it's probably not that hard to do yourself. But if you're using like achievements and trading cards and multiplayer and friends list and whatever else, can't talk about it. No stealing my IP. But that's what my game is about, is stealing IP. No, it's not about that. Never built a game in my life, so it's learning. Yeah, I think it's really cool to get into that stuff. And if you're already into Rust, then I guess you get all the benefits of Rust with game dev. You also get the downsides. I think it probably slows down most game developers, but I don't know that for a fact. This is my assumption. But yeah, by the way, for anyone new here, the game I'm working on is Scala Seller. And we have, I'll just let this trailer play while I'm talking about this stuff. We've got, what has it been, like a year and 8 months since I started developing this. And we've got a few people working on it. and it's come a long way. I want to add achievements for Steam probably today, or at least this week. I don't know how long it'll take, but I imagine if this library does what it's supposed to, that we should be able to pretty much get it done today. Well, I say get it done. We should have the foundation done. Then we need to add in all the achievements. That's a little bit more creative. Time to build a microtransaction store. Yeah, you can put hats on the Sprite. You can sell those hats. All right, so I have not downloaded this yet. Let's go right about this. Download. All right, and I want to write down like what I'm doing. Download Godot, Steam Godot through the asset library directly in Steam. So now what? I've never actually added one of these before. It would go into add-ons. I mean, I'm fine with that. But then do we check in our add-ons, or is there some like metadata file? What does ignore asset root mean? Sure. Let's install. Excuse me? What are we supposed to do? Because this is going to show up in Git now, right? Should I check those things in? I don't actually know. All right, well, I'll look that up later. Figure out if we're supposed... Well, let me just look this up now. Should you check in add-ons? There's no way to otherwise fetch this, I guess. Do you include add-ons? I definitely commit add-ons to the code base. Most of the add-ons I use are quite critical to the whole project running and loading. If someone else was to pull the branch down and start developing, they'd have to spend time installing the correct ones. Yeah, I guess without a package manager, it's not like we can just point at this thing in the store. This was all 3 years ago. Yeah. Yeah, and this is a runtime thing. So, okay, that's fine. All right, so download this. We will eventually need to commit this to GitHub or to Git. All right, now I need the C# bindings because otherwise it's going to be really hard to use. So where were those? Here. And how do I use this? Getting started, installation. Make sure you have this. You can either get it from that or that. Yep, we got it. Copy this into your project. Alternatively, you can download this from the asset lib or just drop it in the latest GitHub release. The bindings are in the asset library. What's it called? Godot Steam C# bindings. What version is this? This doesn't exist. What? That's strange. Strange indeed. Was it removed? Because that strikes me as a red flag. Like, I get that I can install this a different way. Why wouldn't it be in the asset library? Can you search this online? Godot asset library? I expected searching the same thing, but still, I'm kind of curious here. If I just type Steam, there's no C# thing, right? Maybe they can't use a sharp symbol in the... Well, these are the only things with Steam in them, though. Maybe we type binding in here? No. Uh-oh. Yeah, uh-oh. All right, so then it's not there for some reason. Is there an issue? There are only 2 issues. Update bindings. Are there any closed issues on this? Closed. Asset. Huh. I wonder if I should file an issue. I mean, probably, right? Yeah, I might as well. I'll just link to this. This is the refresh thing, though. Maybe, let me look at the other branch that they have. Just really fast. Because this probably had a getting started thing too, right? Installation. No, they talk about it there too. Okay, yeah, I'll file an issue. these bindings are not on the, or like in the asset library. Hello, I'm new to this library and am still setting everything up. In doing so, I came across this page, which says, why don't you take the latest release? I'm going to. It's just they say that you can download this, but you can't. So maybe they don't know that you can't do this anymore, or maybe they just want to delete this from here. So yeah. However, I couldn't find this via any number of searches in the asset library. Maybe I should link to this. Yeah, I should. E.g. this search. I don't know if this was intentional. If it was, then I suppose the only like bug is that the is it getting started should be updated. Only mention downloading from GitHub. Yeah. All right, anything else I want to say here? New to this library and still getting everything set up and doing so, I came across this page which says that. However, I couldn't find this via any number of searches. I don't know if this was intentional. If it was, and I suppose the only bug is that getting started should be updated and only mention downloading from GitHub. Yeah. Okay. I think this is good. Because like I said, there's a mismatch no matter what. It's either this should show up in the library and either the search is wrong or it's not showing up and should be added again, or that it shouldn't be showing up, in which case then the README shouldn't tell you to go download it from there. But yeah, I'll get it from this then. So let's make sure we're getting it from the refresh branch. Do they have a release thing? Yeah. This is from 2024. Also, wait, what was the branch called? Refresh Jan 2025. I wonder if I shouldn't even get it from here. Maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe this doesn't really change all that often. Let me read that one more time. Copy this folder in your project. Yeah, maybe then I just get it from in here. All right. Yeah, add-ons, Godot, C# bindings. Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. This was updated last month too. All right, so let's go clone this whole thing. I'll put this in temp for now. Download the C# bindings. Git clone that. I hate how it turns into a URL. All right, so now go into Godot Steam, open, and take this folder, I think they said. Yeah. Put that folder into your project. Okay. We got to go figure out where that goes. Here, I assume. I have some bad news. What's the bad news? Is WebLite broken again? Oh, I think my mini PC is doing something weird. Because I hear the fan on like maximum. What's going on over here? Yeah, you're burning my CPU to a crisp. Out of curiosity, did you do like a bulk edit? Because this could have happened if you, yeah, wow, everything's pegged at 100% now. This could have happened if you did a bulk edit of every single string. No, lots of searches. That should be fine. Yeah, this is not the most powerful mini PC. Yeah, it's back. I think it's back to working. Yeah, do try it again and let me know. What's our RAM usage at? Yeah, that's fine. Disk usage is fine. Yeah, everything's fine except for CPU usage, which is now down to normal. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't ever plan to move this to a more powerful machine. And actually, this mini PC should be fine. It's not like a... Yeah, it's not like a toy computer. Hey, hard worker, thank you. Actually, my wife came back from India and she got me 3 shirts. So I'll throw those into the mix at some point. It's from, what's it called? Rare Rabbit, I think. They're pretty good by US prices at least. What's your Mac Studio version? Like what's the hardware or what's the software? The hardware is an M2 Ultra. The software I need to look at because I don't remember which OS I'm on exactly. Yeah, hardware, yeah, it's there. Hideo, is it working for you again? Weblate? It should be back online. Okay, yeah. Yeah, if that turned into a frequent problem, I'd probably get a better computer for it. But I'm hoping that just never is a big deal. Okay, and then copy this into my add-ons folder. $5,000. The computer should have been 4,000, right? Where's that? Yeah, what are you talking about $5,000 for? There shouldn't be anything in here that's $5,000. Yeah. Unless you're like adding everything up. I guess the total is like $9,000, but that's more than just computer stuff. All right, so we've installed this. Now what do we do? Now build your C# solution. Sure hope that works because I don't have JetBrains Rider and I hope this wasn't like exclusive to Rider. I don't have any faith that that did anything. Because how did it even know? Oh, it didn't even add in the it didn't add in the C# bindings. Oh, that's weird. I put it in add-ons, but it doesn't show up over here. Can I like refresh this somehow? Huh. It usually detects that stuff. Let me reload the whole thing. It still doesn't show up. Wait a second. Neither one of these things shows up. Oh, did I put it in the wrong spot? This isn't even the folder I wanted. It's here. Godot Steam server shows up. The bindings don't. I wonder if I needed to import this in a different way. Huh, let's just delete it. Does this detect anything? It doesn't. Okay, so let's try adding it like that. Can you even do this? I can and did. Oh, strange. It just said copy the folder in your project. Huh. I had to do this by dragging from Finder into Godot. Just copying the folder didn't seem to get Godot to notice it. Yeah, I imagine it's pretty expensive. If you went to just like apple.com/buy or whatever and you were to find your own Mac Studio through there, is there regional pricing at all? I feel like I doubt there would be for something like a Mac Studio. Like I wonder how much a MacBook costs in India. All right, so now it says to build this. I mean, I guess we can try that. I don't know if it's going to just pick this up somehow. It's not in my solution anywhere, so I don't know why it would. Yeah, I think we need to try using it. Test it with this example script. Okay, let's plug this in somewhere. Oh boy. Oh boy. All right, let's put this on the title screen. Just make a new node and give it a script. And we'll call this delete me.cs. Okay, what are we looking at now? This is called delete me. Use explicit type. Sure, I don't care about that stuff. I just want to see if this even builds. Yeah, seems like it. All right, so Enter Tree does this stuff, set environment to be the Steam app and the game ID, and then check and see if Steam is running and what my Steam name is. Okay, let's try it. Should just print that stuff out. Well, let me do this off screen really fast. What did it say? It said nothing. Cannot load a GD extension built for 441 using an older version of Godot, 440. No. No. We were so close. This says 44 plus. And then there's... Oh, I didn't even want this one, actually. I wanted this one. I think I got the wrong one to begin with. But this is not compatible with 4.4.0? Yeah, I got the wrong stupid thing. Why am I a dummy? All right. That's fine. Sure. I don't think any of this is going to work anyway. So delete this. And now try playing. Yeah, it still says can't load. All right, well, what is Godot 441? Is it stable? Four dot 4.1 stable. Oh, it is. Okay. Well, I don't mind downloading that then. Because we're on 440 stable, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Okay. Probably nothing even really changed in between them. I've been looking at the patch notes for pretty much every single Godot version ever come out. Fixed editor crash and expecting two objects handled by the same plugin. Don't care about physics. Broken Vulkan. Re-enable that. Yeah, okay, sure. Let's get this. I think every single time I rebuild this too, it's trying to use 441. And it has to like get edited to be back to 440. Oh, wait a sec. Is it? Wait. Maybe this is wrong. Maybe this is the... We're not on 441 though. I don't know what's going to happen when I do this. But I don't think this is going to work. So yeah, I'm going to update Godot. Did it do anything? No, it didn't. Okay, yeah. I needed to update, or like I copied in their example script and tried to run it. Their example script being this. It said that my Godot version was too old. I was on 440 and needed to be on 441. Wonder if it needs launching from Steam. I think it should work anyway, but yeah, we'll find out. Either way, this is definitely just a version issue. So 441, I gotta go look at the overall project README we have and see what it says to download. Download Godot is not the same. The version we use is referenced in this file, game.csproj. So I'm gonna need to update this, right? This is 441. Who did this? Who did this in our project? Because I think this is not what I've been on this whole time. Did I do this? Quickie Joe. Okay, that's fine. All right, so I downloaded it, right? Did I not? I don't know if I actually clicked this. I did not. Then I need to do export templates too. All right. Well, I have pretty fast internet. This shouldn't take too long. And I guess we close out of everything we have open over here. And this too. Quit. And then just remove it from... Oh, it's already gone. That's weird. It says Godot Mono 3. Oh, because I have two other Godot Monos in here? Yeah. Okay, delete that. Where's the second one? There. Okay, so this is just Godot Mono, but I don't even know if that has the name of that in applications. I think it just gets called Godot. No, it does get called Godot Mono. Okay, let's plug it in. Replace. Regional pricing is there. Apple's building some stuff in India also. Pro 14-inch. Okay, let me see what this converts to. INR to USD. So your first total is 1873.29, and you said it's a MacBook Pro. Yeah, I'm curious if I buy that MacBook Pro. You said 14-inch. 14-inch. So this is INR to USD, and then in USD directly, it's $15.99. So your pricing is actually higher. And then the 16-inch starts at $2,500. And your amount is 249990. 249990. Which is, yeah, 2754. Yeah, wow, crazy. Does it include sales tax? No. Oh, I see. Yeah, so you have to add the 10%. Well, you have to add whatever your local sales tax is, I guess. So yeah, maybe the prices are pretty similar. I mean, they're not the same, but... So, but then hard worker, if you were to get a Mac Studio, it should be like super expensive in India, right? Like if you go to, do they even sell Mac Studios anymore? There it is. Yeah. If you go to this page, I click buy, it starts at 2,000 or 4,000 over here. So yeah, your prices should be pretty high for those. Yeah, ours is inclusive of all taxes. Yeah. Yeah. So mine, at least where I live, like 2,000 would turn into 2,200 and 4,000 would turn into 4,400. But it all depends on where you live in the US. In Oregon, for example, I don't think you'd pay any extra tax on it, which is quite a savings. All right, so now we restart this and I just run this thing again. Godot Mono, it's going to ask if we want to run this thing from the internet. I do. Then we launch this. I can pin this in here, keep in dock. Should probably tell people that I did this. Probably should do this on a different branch. Make a new branch. Clean up. Need to add actual achievements everywhere. And what else? Need to tell the game team that I've updated Godot to 441 finally. An ad's about to start. I should probably take another break. Man, I just want to run this though. All right, let's just run it really fast. I want to take a look over here. Hey, your Steam name, Adam. Nice. So it worked. Okay, cool. All right, well then that's a perfect time for a break. Yeah, this is super easy to set up. All right, I will be back in a little bit. Is it jump time? It's jump time. Hello again. I think there might be some confusion with jumping, so I'll clarify this super fast if you guys want to play again in the future. But J with no argument or with 0 is going to just go straight up. And then positive numbers are going to be to the right. So J5 is going to be slightly to the right, and J -5 is going to be slightly to the left. And then as you go more positive or more negative, it goes more extreme from the top. So yeah, like a J45 is jumping at a 45-degree angle to the right. So that should hopefully clarify it for next time. I know there's not a lot of time to like mess around or learn these things, and there's only an example for like 30 seconds at the beginning. But yeah, that's it for now. So close the game. Hope you all enjoyed your first game of Jump Royale. All right, so right before I took a break, we got this working, and now we need to test out with achievements. I don't know what Steam does as a test bed for achievements. So like get this working end to end next. Figure out how to make an achievement on Steam. Figure out how Steam wants you to test these things. So where's that Steam page? Stats and achievements. Defining, encapsulating, testing, and troubleshooting. Okay, I want to start on step 4. To set or clear stats or an achievement without adding code to your game, you can use the Steam Client Console. Run with steam.exe-console, then achievement clear or reset all stats. Can any player do this for any game? Or is this just a dev thing? Huh. I didn't know about this. I mean, I don't see any benefit to you clearing an achievement on your account, especially not if Valve is going to keep track of when you first got it. All it would let you do is say that you got an achievement later than you got it. Hey, Karada. And thanks. And yeah, welcome in Namikaze. And hey, Davey and Thai Noodle. Interesting. Well, let's start at the beginning because I do want to read about all this stuff. So yeah, we're going to look through everything. All right. This I don't need to know. I know how achievements work as a player, at least. So quick step-by-step guide for integrating it to define them. Achievements are application specific and are set up on the achievement configuration page in the Steamworks app admin backend. Following is the list of achievements from the Steamworks sample app Space War. Okay, so I can go to my own configuration page and set one of these up. So this is one of the questions I had though, is what if I'm playing outside of Steam? How would it know what version I'm using? I guess because you specify the app ID, so it shouldn't matter. Oh man, this is gonna be annoying then. So we need to you specify the app ID, right? Yeah, we need to specify an app ID, a Steam app ID for each version of the game that should have achievements. we should probably have the app ID regardless of whether we have achievements, and just not do anything if we're on the playtest. Well, the playtest version, we should probably have achievements there too. Oh, this sucks. There's just a lot of work to do. And it actually doesn't really suck that badly. It's just like at some point we got to figure out what achievements do we have in just the demo. Actually, does that even make sense? I don't even know if that makes sense. Achievements. Yeah, I don't know. All right. So I'm gonna make a question section. You can't do achievements for a demo? I'll have to look into that. So can we have achievements for the demo? Do we even want them? That's another thing I didn't think about. What do we do about people who played the demo first, got to the volcano, and then bought the full game? If we had an achievement like beat the first boss, they wouldn't get that achievement unless we had special code. Yeah, I'd have to trigger it on loading. Full game, full restart. No, I definitely don't want to restart them again. But like, do I give them the achievements so they load up their save file? And if there were 2 or 3 achievements, it just gives them all of those achievements? Yeah, or do we just not have... I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do. Yeah. This would involve tracking in a regular save file which achievements people have gotten. Yeah. All right. Well, what was the next thing I wanted to do? I want to write some notes on how we test this stuff. Testing this stuff. I think we should just start those notes now. Godot, C#. Let's go to reveal and navigation. All right, I have UI. I'm going to make a new thing here, and we're going to call it Steam integration. Steam integration. Why do I? Huh. I don't actually do that myself. Okay. So setup. I'm just writing this for myself. Well, I shouldn't say that. I am writing it for anybody, but the scenario that I needed Steam integration for is a C# project and achievements. So I'm writing, maybe I should just write this as an overview. I'm writing this note from that perspective. Setup. Setup was this stuff. Download Steam Godot. You got to go get the link for that. Oh yeah, through the asset library. Make sure you don't get the server version unless you actually need that version for multiplayer. I think it's for multiplayer. I'm not actually even positive. Server extension. What does it say this is for? Godot Steam server. Huh. I think they've got it right on their main page. Yeah, here it is. If you need a master server to orchestrate your online game. Yeah. See the differences on... Is there a link to that? No, there isn't. And what is the site? GodotSteam.com. I guess I don't need to really do anything for that. I'll just say their site. Okay, and I'll just write note you would commit this add-on to your Git repo or to your source repo since it's needed to build your game, and Godot doesn't have a package manager, at least as of 2025. Hey, Pedro. Skills with keyboard, especially with that keyboard, aren't they? Thank you. I mean, a lot of just English typing is at least pretty similar. Like, English only has 26 letters, and the common punctuation marks are like comma, period, maybe question mark, exclamation mark. Maybe for programming, you consider a slash, hyphen, that sort of thing. So it's like maybe you add on a few extra characters. So it's like if you have a 36 key keyboard and all you're doing is typing English, you could probably just kind of make dedicated keys for almost everything. Just had a technical interview for .NET position on paper and whiteboard. Got a job offer without knowing .NET just by solving their code challenges with C#. Nice. That's right. Congratulations. Are you going to take the job offer? So download the C# bindings. Those come from here. Get clone, copy into your games add-ons folder. I did this by dragging from Finder using CP to copy the folder. Didn't seem to get Godot to pick it up. All right, copied in their example script and tried to run it. So my Godot version was too old. This should just work for you to find your Steam name. I think Steam has to be running for that. I don't want to close Steam because then I got to reopen it, which means I'll just do it. Quit. Waiting for Space War to shut down. Interesting. It thinks this is Space War because I typed in 440 as the ID. Huh, cool. Okay, so now if I try rerunning this, it said earlier your Steam name, Adam. Now if I hit play, it's going to say Steam is not running, I think. Steam is not running, yeah. I copied in their example script to a node in my project. Any errors should be printed out. It should either say your Steam name or that Steam isn't running. Yeah. In the success case. Okay, there. So those are our notes on this. Now I don't need really any of this stuff anymore. And why I started writing this out is because I wanted to test this over here. So engage privacy mode. I'm going to launch Steam again. I said engage privacy mode. There. All right. I only do this for launching Steam because a bunch of stuff pops up. And I don't want that stuff to pop up. There. All right. So now Steam's open. So where did we leave off? There was another thing I wanted to write down that we didn't get to because where'd that tab go? Where did that tab go? Huh. I don't know where it went. I'll just reopen it, I guess. No, that's not the problem. Here it is. There was something I wanted to write down. I don't remember what it was. Huh. Yeah, I don't remember what it was. Oh well. All right, so I guess we go make a new achievement. I don't actually have to play through Steam for this. How is this validated? What stops you from using any app ID and like getting every achievement in another game? Because aren't there people who are achievement hunters out there? You have to trust the client though. It's not like they're running the games on the server. So what do they use to stop you from doing that? 480 is used for almost all cracked games. What is 480? Did I even look this up? Oh, Space War? Oh, I see. Yeah, so then nothing stops you from doing this. Of just connecting as though you're another dev, I guess. Anyway, I don't care about this. Achievements are not meant to be some like super secure thing for me. We're going to use them for basic metrics and for just what they're intended for. Just a nice little, hey, here's a trophy for you. All right, so where do you set this up? Achievement configuration in Steamworks app admin backend. Unfortunately, there are 3 different admin backends. So what are they talking about here? Apps/achievement? All right, I don't know. I don't know where you put this. Probably app admin. There's also Steamworks admin and store admin. It's not store. Are achievements in the app? Yeah, edit Steamworks settings. Okay, so app admin, stats and achievements. All right, so I can make a new achievement. I'm going to make this for the playtest version, I guess. So our app ID is this, playtest. I'm going to make a new achievement. So I should probably read more of the documentation before I do this because I don't know what I'm typing in here. It says API name progress stat. All right, yeah, let's read this. Because I don't know what they mean when they say stats here. Wait, no, they don't say stats here. Oh, here it is. Stats and achievements. Where's that page over here? Statistics tracking. In addition to providing highly valued rewards, achievements are useful for encouraging and rewarding teamwork and player interaction. Statistics. I've never heard of this. What is this? Track fine-grained pieces of information such as playtime, number of power-ups used, etc. You may choose to use them simply for track. I didn't know you could do this on Steam. Huh. Interesting. There are 3 types of stats your game can store: int, float, and average rate, a moving average. Okay. Steamworks partner website provides an interface for defining them. Using it, you can define the initial statistics and achievements, add additional stats. All right, so I'm looking at the UI, which I can't show on stream. But they only have a button for new achievement. I don't know what this does. Stats have the following properties: ID, type. Yeah, I do not have this. I don't know where you make a new stat. Oh, it's in a different page altogether. Ah, I see. Okay, then we need to write this on the to-do list. Figure out if we want stats for anything. They're different from achievements in that they don't give a reward. They're just for metrics. Interesting. Also, when we write the final code, we need to make sure you're even running on Steam. Wait a second. Wait a second. You could launch through itch, but it need to know the Steam ID of the game. And then if you have Steam open, it'll actually give you achievements? I want to test that. Test what happens if you launch the game from itch, but have Steam open. I think it'll still give you the achievements. I'm not sure about that. All right, well, let's keep reading this. Encapsulating achievements work. So we don't need to do any of this stuff, I don't think. I think we just go define the achievement. Okay, so let me just go make a new achievement. I'm not even going to type anything in for this, I think. Display name and description. This I'll type in. Oh, and then we got to figure out how we localize these. Figure out how we localize achievements. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to call this Baby's First Achievement. This is a test achievement on Steam. Set by client. Sure. API name progress stat. There's no progress stat here. Achievement is going to be that min value. I know you can't see what I'm doing on screen. That's okay. Achieved and unachieved icon. Interesting. So we need icons for both. Okay, then how about this? Let's just plug in anything. What do they say for using? For best results, achievement icon should be 256 by 256 JPEGs. They can be as small as 64 by 64. Recommend that the achieved ones are colorful and unachieved are grayscale. Okay, so let's just take any random graphic we have. There should be an icon though. And let's take one of these. So sure, this. Open with Affinity. Okay, so we can export this as any size, but we want to export it as a JPEG. And we want it to be apparently 256 by 256. Okay. So I'm going to export that into temp. Let's make a new folder here and call it achievements. So what graphic is it? I don't really care. Achieved.jpg. And then let's go grayscale it, which I don't know how we do. I've never done that in this program before. Filters, colors. There's a monochrome thing here. Do I need a selection? Yeah. I mean, what happens if I click this? Whoa. Okay, that's not what I want. All right, let's just look this up because I don't know what I'm doing. Affinity, make image, monochrome. There's like a hue adjuster in GIMP. Convert from color to grayscale and or black and white. Number of different ways to remove color. Go to document, color format, grayscale. Document. I don't see color format here. Maybe it's somewhere else now. I don't know where this is. Document setup. Color. Gray/8. Oh, that worked. Okay, where was that? Document. So document setup. Command-Shift-P. I'll write this over here. Command-Shift-P to go to the document setup in Affinity. Choose gray/8 to make something grayscale. Is that what it was? So Command-Shift-P and color format. Yeah, okay. Whoops. Yeah, nice. All right. All right, so then I got to save this. So click OK, export. No, this is the wrong size now. 256 by 256, export. So it's going to be unachieved. Okay, now these should both be the same size. Yep. Whoops. And I'm going to assume the other one's correct. I don't actually care. All right, so now we upload these. Can I just drag this onto the page? No, you cannot. Good thing I didn't do that. There we go. And there we go. Okay, so now I hit save. And we... Oh, the JPEGs aren't showing up. That's strange. Yeah, that's strange. They're showing up as broken images. Why is that? Achieve.jpg. Oh, you got to click upload after. Oh my God. Oh. That was not obvious to me. All right, now I can save it. Okay, now it's working. All right, so here's what we see now. Neat. Yeah, very neat. Okay, so now I got to publish these. So set up achievements on Steam. Just look at Steam's documentation for this. It's all very straightforward. Yeah, I'll just link to this. I don't think there's any difficulty there whatsoever. All right, so I've made the achievement. Now I should be able to grant myself the achievement through here, presumably. Oh, I got to publish these changes first. And then that means I should write on my to-do list to delete this baby's first achievement. Delete baby's first achievement in the playtest version of the game. Give me a sec. I'm trying to get links to all this stuff. All right, so I'm going to publish view diff. Should just have the achievement. App section stats has uncommitted changes. Revision 1 was last modified by Xtonomus. Huh, doesn't diff that. Prepare for publishing. Publish. I think it worked. So now we can try granting myself the achievement. Congrats, your changes are now live. Where do we see achievements on Steam? Like, shouldn't I be able to go onto Steam now and see what I just did? There's no achievements thing here. Does that show for another game? Like if we go to Stardew, does Stardew have achievements? I don't know where this even shows for a regular game. I don't even know what games have achievements. Wizard of Legend? It's there, bottom right. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, gotcha. All right, so was it there for Skeleseller? Aha, it is. And unfortunately, it looks a little bit bad because of that white background. Oh man, I wonder if that means we should resize the JPEG. Also, what did that say? 0.1% of players have this achievement. How's that possible? No one should have this achievement. I literally just made it. But that's... Unless someone watched me do this. And... Yeah, I don't know. That seems weird. Very weird. Okay. What? Global achievements? Percent of all players. Oh, it says 0% here. It said 0.1% over here. All right, so these icons, I like... I think this graphic is going to work well enough, but yeah, I think having the white border around it is not great. And there is no like transparency thing we could apply here. Let me take a look at Wizard of Legend, see what they've got for theirs. They don't have any. Stardew Valley. They have glowing ones? Or is that what Steam adds in for a certain achievement to indicate that not many people have it? Probably some JavaScript math. Could be. Yeah, this one's glowing somehow. They didn't mention you could have animated ones. I'm guessing this is glowing just because of a percentage, though. But are any other ones that small in terms of percentage? 6%. No, yeah, maybe that's why. Because that's my most valuable achievement. Hey, Cyan. Yeah, you can cheat it. Yeah. All right, so do I have any other games with achievements that has a glowing one? I'm just kind of curious about this. Undertale, I don't see anything there. What have I even played? Botland didn't have achievements. Baldur's Gate. Glow is given a 10% lower. Okay, got you. Thank you, Obi. All right, so then let's go back to this. So I should be able to grant myself this achievement somehow. And I need to learn how the C# bindings on this work. So let's go to the documentation for that. Maybe we don't need to look at the documentation for this. Maybe we need to look at it for the other thing. And we just trust that the binding is just going to change the name slightly. Yeah, maybe. Okay, let's go to the documentation of this. Documentation. They mention achievements on here. They don't. Stats and achievements. At some point, you may want to save stats and or use their achievement system. Want to read up about these in the documentation, so I won't be covering the basics. Sure. First thing, set up your achievements. Most importantly, your game does not need to be approved for release nor be released, but you want to publish these changes if live. Yeah. Some notes. Make sure you publish the changes to achievements. You should pretty much immediately see them in Steam. I want to take a picture of this. Yeah. Okay. All right. So getting them. Godot Steam versions, that and newer, do not need anything extra to get the local user statistics and achievements as they're synced automatically. In older versions, yeah, I don't care about older versions. Yeah, I just use auto apply to any achievement. Yeah. That's what Obi had said too. Yeah. If you're using Godot Steam version that's at or older, you'll want to look at, I don't care about that. For games like Skillet, we want to store our statistic and achievement data somewhere to display and alter. So we'll create 2 dictionary variables to do so, each using the Steam API names as their keys for easy usage. Steam API name, I don't remember what mine was. I gotta find that again. I called it Baby's First Achievement. Okay. All right, so next we'll create 2 separate functions after init that will pull and check our data called load Steam stats and load Steam achievements. If you do not plan on displaying achievements, you can skip that part. Statistics, you'll still need to pull to get the current value and modify it. We'll start with statistics. Okay, let's go to achievements. Steam.get achievement. Does the achievement actually exist? Okay, so yeah, let's go try this out. This should be, like I said, pretty straightforward. Let's just make a private const string achievement ID equals that. And then your Steam name, I don't really care about the Steam name, but there should be get achievement here. And this should return a dictionary. Wait, why? Why would an achievement return a dictionary? I thought an achievement was just one thing. A dictionary of bool to bool? That's also bizarre. Huh. Okay, well, I guess we'll figure it out. So this is going to be a Godot dictionary. So if I just say dictionary equals get achievement, achievement ID. This is going to be a Godot dictionary. No, it's a regular dictionary. That's not, no, that's not possible. That's a Godot one, isn't it? It is a Godot one. Yeah, Godot collections dictionary. All right, we'll call it Godot dictionary then. And I mean, we should just be able to print it out. We can examine it in a second. But yeah, if I just run this, it should say I don't have the achievement somehow. Ret true, achieved false. Ret means it exists. What does ret stand for? Is that a Steam thing or a Godot Steam thing? Returns. Oh no. I don't be ret. No, I don't know what introduced that, but okay, that's fine. So if Godot dict, I think you access it like this. This is a Godot style, not the C# style. No, they don't have that. They have a get. No, they don't even have that. Try get value. Oh, they treat it like a regular dictionary then. So they wrap this in C#'s dictionary. I dictionary. Does this come from? Yeah, system. Okay. So it works just like how it would normally work. So ret and then out bool exists. I did this wrong. I'll just look at another try get value that I have somewhere. I don't actually see a problem here. Why is that red? Cannot convert from out bool to out. Oh, it's not a bool? Oh, I don't like that. Oh, yeah, I don't like that. So as bool. This does not look fun. Is there a C# binding for that? I don't really care, actually, do I? I mean, this is only going to appear here, and it's just some booleans. But I guess it would be kind of nice. There's not really a whole lot here. Compatibility. Implementation status. Special things. Okay. Well, so as bool will return this as a boolean, which will then check to see if it's true. So this is the achievement exists. And then what we need to do is get whether or not you have it. And what's the other thing that we have? Achieved. And then we put in the same thing here. You have gotten this achievement. And you have not gotten this achievement. Okay, so if I just run this right now, it's going to say achievement exists and you have not gotten it. Let's go try that. This is not telling us anything interesting. It's just letting me know that I can convert these Booleans correctly. All right, achievement exists. You have not gotten it. Perfect. Okay, so now how do we grant it to ourselves? All right, did they do anything else here? Load local file and compare. Just like with statistics, we will compare our local save file data against what Steam has and make adjustments if necessary. Only triggers our set achievement if they're not the same values. I wonder if there's a problem with just calling set achievement anyway. Setting achievements in statistics is pretty simple. Start with achievements. You need to tell Steam it's been unlocked, and then store it so it visually pops up. Visually pops in overlay. This will create two functions, one for achievements and the other for storing things and popping those achievements. All right, it doesn't exist locally, otherwise set it. Then steam.set achievement. And the achievement is just a string. And call store Steam data. Okay, I mean, this seems pretty basic. Pretty basic. So we put this here and just do a steam.set achievement ID. And that should give it to us. And then that's it. We're just done. Okay, let's try that. So I think we'll see it pop up on Steam. I'm not actually positive how that part's going to work. So yeah, let's just run this. It should give us the achievement. And I can turn off my camera so you can potentially see beneath where maybe this will show up at the bottom right. I'm not actually sure what's going to happen. All right, so I don't see anything happening. Did it give us? Yeah, it got us the achievement. Baby's first achievement. But it didn't pop something up. But I did not launch it through Steam. So now if we rerun this, it's going to just say you've gotten this achievement. Oh, there it is at the top. That's weird. Why'd that take so long? That was very delayed. Why did that take so long? All right. I wanna rewind this. They had some way for you to be able to delete this. Run steam-console. I don't have Steam as a command. What /application/Steam/ whoops .apps/contents Mac OS Steam OS X -console. I don't think that worked. What am I supposed to do? I mean, it launched Steam, but you're supposed to be able to get a console from here, right? Mac OS get Steam console. How do I open this on Mac? You can't have Steam running at the same time? Oh man, really? Oh, that's annoying. Yeah, fine. It enabled the console for Steam? Well, is there a way to access it through here? Is that what you're saying? Because I don't mind typing stuff in here. I just didn't think I could do that. I wonder, can I like delete this using the UI and not using the command line? Or rather, can you do like -- help and pass this in? Hang on, let me do this off screen really fast. No, it doesn't do anything. All right, I think I do need to close this. That's too bad. Oh, waiting for this to shut down. Okay, so it's shutting down. I'm going to try this off screen for a sec. Give me a second. Because this prints out a lot of stuff. Wait, this just opens Steam. What is this? Exec command line, console, check failed, not reached, log messages are omitted on official build. What? Top right, it now has console? What? Hey, Darkstorm. I assume here you also have to ship all the specific DLLs with a build. Not sure you took notes on that. Yeah, I got to do that. Next to my name, there's a big picture mode thing. Oh, in my name. Oh, I see what you're saying. I don't see it there. No, there's not. Last item on the menu bar. Okay, I must be missing something. This is big picture mode. If you're saying that's a console, that's not a console. Then there's notifications and there's view news. Other name, not top right. Store library. Oh, this. Oh my God. Oh. My name is up there, and that's the only place I saw it. So I didn't realize you were talking about this. Yeah, gotcha. Okay, sure. Yep. All right, let me look at that off screen. Okay, so now we have a console. So then I did not need to launch Steam in a special way for that to happen. So I could have just launched Steam normally. I don't think I do need to restart Steam every time I do this. I should just be able to... I should just be able to get this to work. So there's my name. And now I run this with -console. And now it shows up next to this. No, I do need to restart it. Okay. Unless it... No, yeah, I do need to restart it. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. All right, that's fine. To reset your achievements, run like on Mac OS, close Steam, run this. Yeah, thank you, Davey. Run this, and then you'll see console show up in Steam itself. So let's go do that. And then take a picture. And probably like shrink this way down. Yeah, and then what's the command? Achievement clear app ID achievement name. App ID achievement name. Whoops. I'll press enter here. Failed. What? Achievement name. Oh, it's not the ID? Really? Can't you? Really? Seems very strange. Oh my God, how do you use this? It still failed. What? I'm confused. I don't know what I'm missing here. Huh. I would... Yeah, strange. I wonder if I just need to put a quotation marks around this. No. All right. I'm very confused. App ID and achievement name. What if I missed out of those two things? Is that not the app ID? Yeah. And is that not... Do I not have the achievement? No, I have the achievement. Huh. Server response failed too. Job request user sets. Okay, that makes it sound like I did need quotation marks around this. And that now it'll work? Oh, okay. Wow. So stupid. Okay. Well, yeah, sure. So I want to clear the console and now do that again. Is there a clear command? Or like command L or something? Or right click and clear? I just don't want all this garbage here. Oh well, what are you going to do? I guess let's just blur it. Should probably trim that a little bit there. All right. Well, I eventually figured it out. You can also do reset all stats. Yeah. Can either do achievement clear, app ID, achievement ID, or reset all stats. app ID. Cool. Did anything related to I18N? Follow-up question. Do you know if there are some kind of logs? So did anything. I generated new translations for some strings. So for example, we talked about perks. Like I changed it into a like proper pluralization. Right now, how long ago? Well, that was yesterday. But then this morning, so probably like 2 hours ago, I also generated some new strings. I don't think any of them were already translated though. So it ideally shouldn't have like untranslated things. I also deleted a bunch of like duplicate strings yesterday. No, nothing in the last 10 minutes. And are there some kind of logs on WebLate? I think they're hard to get. What are you seeing that's causing you to ask these? Because that might be an easier way to look into this. Let me take a look. No, I don't think there's a way through the UI. I think I need to go into the Docker container to find logs. What did I do? Okay, so I successfully cleared this. So if I go back to this, this shouldn't appear here anymore. And maybe it only does because I need to click away and come back. I might need to restart Steam for that to go away. Because they might not have, like this is only something a developer would do, right? So they might not have accommodated that scenario. Unless there's like a way to refresh the page. No, I don't think so. Maybe clicking a totally different thing. No. All right, well, how about this? Let's just run the code again and see if the Steam backend at least has this. So if I don't do set achievement here, and I just run this. I was at like 30%, then 5 minutes ago went back to 27%. Then the link I usually use to browse all unfinished strings now shows a lot of sentences without a context. All right, I will take a look in just a second. This should now say I don't have the achievement, right? Yes, good. Okay, cool. So it does reset. It just doesn't do it into... Oh, now it's... Maybe you need to run the game again? You may need to run the game again afterward for Steam to like unachieve anything you've already unlocked. Why not add remove to debug menu? In my game code? Oh yeah, I could do that. I think you can also maybe even just do it through here. There might be like an unset achievement or something. Yeah, there's a clear achievement here. I could just do it through the API. I gotta write down what Dark said though before I forget. We may need to ship the DLLs, the Godot Steam DLLs with the exported version of the game. I could probably test that out on my own machine. All right, so just from what I'm seeing now, it looks like achievement stuff is going to be probably a few days. Like we have the basics working, so we could just go plug in some achievements and stuff, but we haven't figured out localization. We haven't gotten exporting stuff down. Actually, maybe it won't be a few days. I don't know. But we do have a decent amount to do. Okay, so let me take a look at what Hideo's talking about here. So these are the ones that have not been translated. Let me go back to this though. So here's, if you're saying it was in the last 10 minutes though, that part I don't understand. Because it would have changed these percentages yesterday. In fact, I even took a picture of it, I think. Yeah. Yesterday we had 26%. 1,219 strings were translated. So now we have more, but it's still 26%. Maybe we added more strings. Would you expect all these sentences without context, first column? Possibly. I could tell you by just looking at the code, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, this is in the scenes file, right? Yeah, they're all in scenes. Yeah, for scenes, we did almost nothing with context because the scene itself is kind of the context. So in this case, this is end battle screen, and that's the context essentially. Why is this clickable? Oh. Oh, okay. It started appearing 5 minutes ago, and I've been using that link for like an hour. Are you sure you didn't use a different component? Because there are two different components. There's scenes and there's script. So if you just click, if you click translate on scripts, you won't find any of those ones in the scenes. But that's the script component. Then there's the scenes component. And the scenes component is all the ones that won't have context. So there are apparently 136 of those strings. So I don't have an explanation for why you're seeing that happen. I'm 100% sure, but I'll just accept that I'm going crazy. I don't know. It's hard for me to say because I don't know exactly what workflow you're going through, but those things should not be new. The scenes would have been there since a long time ago. I'll never get my 3% back. Well, does it at least, like, it maintained what you translated, right? Let me take a look at that. Recent changes. Okay, so we can see Hideo's recent changes here. These look like your recent changes, right? Oh, it did maintain them. Hey, okay. Hey, Ate. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, Hideo. I don't know about that 3%. I wonder if you were just looking at scripts. Script says 30%. Yeah. Maybe you just somehow switched to looking at the scenes as well, because this does say 30%. Yeah, that's what I'm guessing happened. I don't know how it happened. I don't know if the link changed somehow or what, but like, yeah, it looks like this is at 30%. Delete top 3%. Hate to lose. Okay, so what did we got very basic stuff working. I mean, I guess this is pretty easy to do. Seems documentation. Anything else I need to even write for this? I don't think so. We never need to clear an achievement for a real user. I don't think that would ever happen. Oh, right, the icons thing. I gotta write that down. Figure out how we'll use the icons. They look bad with the shadow showing. We could fix that. I could even fix that myself. But I don't want to. I would want to automate this probably. And I'm not sure how we'll do that. I'm also not sure how we'll even. How will we do this? Because like look at this right here. There's excuse me. Sorry. There's this cutout here. This cutout is going to make it so that just a random color is going to show instead. Oh, you know what maybe we could do? Maybe we could just change the background. Instead of being transparent, we make it I don't know what color would look good. I should unlock this again. Let me unlock it. Now I can see what it looks like in the UI. Also, can I look at this on the web? Might be easier to be able to zoom in. I don't think you can zoom in through the Steam client. Maybe just browser cache stuff. I don't know. Maybe my CPU was mad at Hideo for making it spike up so high. All right, so it says you've not gotten this achievement, and then we just set it, but the thing didn't pop up. Does it pop up when I close the game? It popped up when I clicked Steam that time. Maybe I can't tell if it did that because I closed the game or because I clicked Steam. So how about this? Let's clear it. Success. And I'm going to open the game, and we're not going to close it. We're just going to click Steam instead. No, it's apparently when you close the game. Why? Or is it just delayed? Do I just have to wait? Maybe I just have to wait. I'm just gonna leave everything open. I won't click anything. Yeah. I think you might have to close the game though. How about this? I'll wait for another like 20 seconds. And while we're waiting, I'm not just gonna stand around doing nothing. I wanted to figure out the whole like where does this show up on the web? So I gotta go to the playtest version, which would be this. No, that doesn't work. No. I just want to look at my achievements. Maybe I can do it in my profile. Am I even on the right profile? I don't think I am. I don't know. I don't know which profile I'm on. Aren't there two functions? One to set it, one to pop it? Oh, are there? They mentioned this in the, yeah, in this. If we don't call store stats, it won't trigger, but the achievement will be recorded. We still have to call store stats. What does store stats do? Is this a Steam thing? Oh, wow, it is. What does it do? Huh. Yeah, there is a flush function I wasn't calling. So now if I close the game, it's going to pop this up pretty much immediately. I guess I have to go to Steam and then it will. Yeah. All right, so there it is. So let's clear it again. And now let's run it. And now this time it should pop up as soon as I open the game. Yeah, nice. Okay, cool. All right, let me give Davey a point. Whoops. I know other people are also helping, but Davey gave a couple of things there that were useful. So we've got the basics for this. Without this, the achievement won't pop up until you close the game and click Steam. So yeah, icons. I want to figure that out. Although I also kind of want to get lunch soon. I wanted to be able to see this in the browser, but I guess we could do this for a different game. Can't I just go to anyone's like random profile on Steam? Is that a thing you can do? I think it's a thing you can do. I think I could. All right, let me do this off screen for a second. I'm just gonna go find a random user's profile on Steam, and hopefully this is not a dumb idea. Okay, I found a random user's profile, but they don't have achievements showing. Let's find another random user. They do have achievements. Okay, so this is some random person who posted on the Skeleteller discussion page. And if I click this, oh, that's funny. You don't have permission to view that? Oh, this one. Nope, no permission. All right, well, that didn't help. I kind of want to see what they did. But here they have rounded corners. How do they get rounded corners unless there's transparency allowed? There isn't transparency. Oh, huh. And here they put a black background. Like there was a limit per minute. Oh, that's fine if there is. We can always just try. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Why don't they allow transparency? Did they ever mention this? JPEG, JPG. No mention on this page. Steam achievement icons, transparency. I know they don't allow it. They must not. How to showcase transparent achievements? Great for spacing. Hey, Loxy, thanks for the sub. I've never seen you type anything. Not that you have to. I don't know if this is possible. Yeah. Man. Tips on improving Steam achievement icons. I like our icon graphics. I just don't know what to do about these little cutouts. I guess, yeah, let's try with a solid background. Where'd this go? Where'd my library? All right, so how do we do that? I really got to figure out how to select by color. Maybe you can do it in the page setup. Transparent background off. What's it going to do instead? It made it white. Doesn't it make it white though by default? Yeah, and white looks bad. Yeah, it's white by default. I don't know what to do about this. The other thing we could maybe do is like just zoom in so that we're only showing this much of it, so that becomes our achievement icon. That's not bad. I want some way to automate this. I also would like to do it in such a way that, well, I guess these images don't need to show up in the game. And then, yeah, make sure the achievement icons don't get distributed with the game. We should ideally have some way, some script that can take an icon, zoom in a little bit so that the background doesn't show, and generate a regular and a monochrome version at 256 by 256. Somehow updated a string and kept an old AI generated translation, and this one seems dangerous or buggy as it references a parameter that does not exist. This is strange because I just changed this string this morning. And what happened there? Oh, I see. This is what happens when you update. Okay, I see what happened. Yeah, it marked it as fuzzy, although it was already fuzzy to begin with. And the old string had a parameter in it. So I assume this would have been the AI translation of the 0 just won their first battle and found a potion. I mean, I can read enough French to know that that's pretty much the case. And then, yeah, where do we sell it? It kept the AI translation, so need to be careful. That's actually intentional, I think, because this is what the reason of marking something fuzzy is. Like, let's say we had a string that was, I don't know, like go to the store and buy some apples, and then we have the French for that. And now I change it to something like go to the store and buy some bananas. It's still going to have the French for the first string there, but it's going to be marked fuzzy to indicate that, like, hey, this needs reviewing. And then you'd look at the history. So this is intentional how it'll work. Yeah, but your game will either crash. No, so it won't use the string at all, because any fuzzy strings, these won't be used in the game. It'll fall back to English. So this is all like intentionally working this way. Now the weird thing is, if you do have fuzzy strings, yeah, it'll show the English. Yeah. And yeah, but then you have a decision to make. Like, do we try to use a French string that's wrong, or do we use an English string that's definitely it's definitely not French? Time to add black background. Well, would a black background even look the best? I'm not even sure that it would. I don't really know though. I still have GIMP on my machine, and I don't know how to do this in GIMP, so we're going to open this in GIMP for a second. Something to add to the translation guide if some people rely too much on AI and miss the extra or missing parameters. I think the UI will tell you that. I don't want to test this right now because I need to save it. But it definitely works the opposite direction. Like, let's say you find something, if we click French, translate. Yeah, so this, for example, like if we don't have the 0 in here, I guess I need to hit save. But anyway, it will show up as a check on the right side. And it'll say like you didn't use the 0. Okay, so it doesn't work the other way. With the extra parameters, it doesn't work. All right, I didn't know about that. Wait, no, it should do that. Yeah, that's strange. Let me go find that. Can you link the string, Hideo? Oh wait, you already did. Wait. This is yeah, so you marked it easy. Okay, I'm gonna mess with this for just a second. I'm gonna click save and continue. Yep, whoop, where'd it go? Came to an end. It should have detected this. Wait, it doesn't even show my thing in the history though. That's weird. Hmm. As a French speaker, I prefer English over wrong French. Yeah, I think both look kind of unprofessional. I mean, really, clearly, this is just, it's a bug either way, right? Either the string hasn't been translated or it's just showing as French, or sorry, bad, like incorrect French, out of date French. Huh. I could have sworn I tested this. Oh, wait. Oh, maybe it's only if the source string contains it, which I can't change the source string in this case. All right, let me try it with a different string. I'll try it in, I don't know, German or something. Yeah, leave site, German. Fuzzy to back. Okay, yeah. Let me try something really fast here. So we're just gonna find anything that has 50. I don't know. Come on, something's got to show here 100. There we go. All right, there. So this string. So let's say we go into this string and we change this to add in a 1. Oh, this got rid of needs editing. I need to make sure the needs editing stays on this. Permalink copied. Yeah, needs editing. Okay, so I'm going to put a 1 here just to test. We hit save and stay. Yeah, and this says C#, following format strings are extra. So in this case, it knows. But if I had deleted it from the source string, I guess it wouldn't know. Interesting. So note that this particular check only works if the source string... Oh, it actually won't cause a bug in this case, will it? I don't think it will, because it means that it's not even using... Oh, yeah, because it doesn't have C# format on it. That's why. This one does. This has a flag of C# format. The one that Hideo linked must not have it. Yeah, so it can't cause a bug in the game. It can be incorrect, though, because you might try using this and it's not supposed to be used. Source string has the... Okay, I at least understand what's going on here. I think that's important. In other words, if you have a string with no formatting parameters and you translate it to use 0, it will not detect this as an error. It would cause at least a poorly translated string. Yes, yes, that is true. But these are the kinds of things that I don't know how I would ever catch this. I guess in this case, I could look for it all. Any of the ones that like don't have a parameter here that end up using it in the new one. But it's not too different from if someone just uses the wrong word. In that someone's going to detect that, oh yeah, there's a 0 showing up here. And I'll just be like, oh, okay, we fixed that. All right, so let me close out of all this. I don't want to save anything. Yeah, don't save. Just leave the page. Okay, good. And I guess we should go validate. I did not go translate any German, right? Yeah, 0%. Good. All right, so what I wanted to try, this didn't even open. Oh, wait, did it? Did it try opening? No, it didn't. Unless it's on another screen. It is on another screen. Isn't that nice? Okay, so we can do select by color. Click. Oh, it doesn't select the darkened area there. Because I was going to say I could fill all this now with a different color. But it's not going to get this. Yeah, I think we would just zoom in on this then. Isn't there like a replace color thing? I forgot where that is. I guess what we could do is we could just add a new layer beneath it. New layer. There, and then in this layer we just paste. Select none. There, yeah, that's how we would do that. All right, so we can just pick any color. So let's see if black works for that. I don't think so. I think we should just change the zoom in on this. I also think having white in the background would actually be okay if we then zoom in so that all you see is the... I can't really replicate this because of the zoom level need. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so if I did something like this. So this is just the horizontal aspect of this. Ignore that the vertical part is cut off. But like we could show these little tear marks in here and have them have a white background. I think that's okay. Yeah. But did that make everything like gray here? It did because that's semi-transparent. All right, well, what do they look like in the game? Maybe just use the background color from the game. Because they show up on a tan background, right? So that should look pretty nice. Yeah, whatever this color is. We'll just paste it into here. What happened? Where's my new layer? New layer. Okay, now we change the color. I paste this in. We hit OK. We paste. Yeah, that's pretty good. I like that. All right, so we just need a way to automate that process. What if you crop them to just the inside part without the outline? Well, so you still have this bit here. And if you crop it too much, then these details are going to be too close to the side. So I think we need to do something like this. And then also crop it, by the way. Like, let me just take a picture. Oops, what am I doing? There we go. So something like this is what I'm thinking for the final image. You can see that this is like a little bit of a curve. It's not just a straight line, or else you wouldn't see these pixels at the top. So we'll need to test that out. I should probably just manually do it and see, or we could zoom in even a little bit more. I guess just cut it off so that there is no curve, but then we wouldn't have the outline going around the whole thing. Do something like that. Maybe even like one more pixel off the side and off the bottom. Something like this. I don't know. I'll need to test all these things out. What's the color that we had for that? This. Okay, so just test how this looks in various parts of the game. Is the tan color we use in the game for the paper background. So try, I guess we could just go change this now, right? Could also make the image smaller and center it. Yeah. I think I know what you're talking about. Like cut off the borders here. Yeah. I just color over the outline with a darker color. With the darker color. Oh, where the curves are? like fill in that blank space. Yeah, that could work. In fact, that's a pretty good idea. Because, well, I closed out of it already. Yeah, it may be a good idea to, oh, we couldn't do that though. No, we couldn't. Not in an automated way. What I was thinking of is we would take this icon and we could just draw that solid color around the outside as a perfect rectangle. But the problem with that is that these little divots are going to look even weirder now because it's like there'll be a solid line and then also a cutout. Now, there is another thing we could potentially do here. We have all of the path data for these SVGs. We could modify the path data to just draw these as straight lines, maybe. Or, okay, never mind. I see what Davey's saying. Just do this exactly. Like, there's just a little bit of a border around each one. Yeah, so option 1, border around the whole image, the whole icon, and just make the icon smaller. Option 2 would be to like try to yeah, that isn't gonna look bad. Try to contain to the icon's border. So the con here is the icon is smaller than it could be. Con here is that the border is curved, so some light pixels show up on the outside. Could be jarring. These are all in negative color. If I turn this off, you'll see them in the proper color. This isn't bad though. I wonder if it'll look bad in Steam. Either way, whatever I do with this, I want an automated process, and I don't know how hard that's going to be to set up. Option 3, we just, I don't know, leave things how they were, but I think it looks pretty bad. Or we could just change the background color of it. Yeah, that's what we have here. Whoops. All right. I need it without that like construction border around it. So from here down to here, yeah. Just add a background color. Con, the icon. Actually, did I put this in there already? I didn't. I didn't upload the new one. I should probably try that. All right, well, I think I should get food first. And then when I come back, I should do this stuff. Yeah, I do want to figure out the icon story here. It's not the most important thing, but you can't have any of achievements without having all of this stuff. And what else do we have? Get this working end to end. Yeah, that's all fine. We got that. Make a new branch, test using this. We did that. I should probably write this down over here somewhere. Libraries or like methods I didn't try. This library or making my own API client from scratch. Just doesn't seem worth it. What other questions do we have? Art requirements. Can we have achievements for the demo? Do we want them? Can you have achievements for the demo? I never looked that up. Can you have achievements for a demo? Demo achievements. Not officially support achievements for demo versions? Is that actually true? Something like this probably. Oh, like fill in the background with the... That's not bad. Yeah. Looks pretty good. The icon, option 4. fill in the background with the border color. Yeah. Achievements will work for the full game. We're still working on that. Steam has been advising that demos not have achievements because they don't show up on users' public achievement page. Huh. Does it mention that anywhere on the Steamworks thing? Demo achievements. Cite that. Demos. Using achievements. They do have a page. We recommend that you disable achievements in demos. Instead, store the saved game in the shared Steam cloud as described there. Then grant those achievements on loading the game in the full game after the user has purchased. Okay, sure. Valve, I guess. Valve doesn't recommend using achievements for demos. So we're not going to have it for the demo. So yeah, make sure achievements don't show in the demo, but would show as soon as you get the full game. We may want, like, is demo in the save file? Maybe the demo should warn you if you have a save file from the full game that you should just play that instead. Any other questions? The demo first, yeah. Yeah, so I think I answered all this stuff. And this could be for later. Work for later. Write notes on testing this. I already did that. Looking at this issue, need to add actual achievements everywhere. Yeah, I just want the foundation for now. Okay. Yeah, so I think the work we have to do, each individual task hopefully won't be too bad. Honestly, I think the icon stuff might be the hardest because automating graphical things means I need to go figure out how we even do that in a nice way. There's probably some command line layer-based image editing thing. I don't know what it is. It probably exists, though. Yeah, man, today's been good so far, though. All right, let's write this down. Oh, also, let me see what my status is over here. I'm ahead by 1 commit. What is that 1 commit? Update translation. All right, git push. I need to probably publish a new demo at some point. Did I fix anything important? I fixed a bunch of little things that look bad. Fix bug with button text. Yeah, this is in the playtest version. This is in the playtest version. This technically is in the demo as well. This is in the demo too, I think. As is that. No, that might not be in the demo. Because the aura only shows up if you have the buff, and you can't get the buff before level 4. Yeah, alright, well, fine. I don't know, at some point this week we gotta do this. I'll just write it down for tomorrow. At some point this week, we should publish a new demo and playtest with the bug fixes I did. All right, so handled, or like, I don't know, yeah, handled some feedback from this weekend's playtesters. Started working on Steam achievements. Image magic. Yeah, maybe. All right, whew, what a morning so far. It is 12:05. I'm gonna go get lunch. I will be back around 1 p.m. thereabouts. Might be a little bit later. I don't know. The audit first as I typed, and the delay is something I have to get used to. Oh, home row mods? I did not like delays on home row mods. Yeah, I'll be back in a bit. I'm gonna get some food, and we'll still work on achievements, I think, probably all afternoon. Thank you all for being here. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you again. But goodbye for now.